Hey, guys, it's us. It's PvP. Hope you're all keeping well, because of course you're all looking well. Do you like our new intro?
yeah, we're gonna use that every week, and it's gonna be great. And
it's not going to put us in a legal situation whatsoever.
We're totally allowed to use that.
We're totally allowed to use that. I did not do backhand MacGuffinry at all to get that to work and not appear on the VOD. No, we don't do shit like that. We're above fucking board.
We're normal, law-abiding, respectable individuals.
We are, yes. So yes,
that's all you're ever going to get from us. The truth and the rules.
The truth and the rules. But hello, guys. Hope you're all keeping well. Because, of course, as I said, you're all looking well. This is the player versus player fucking game of the year. Oh, my God. You know what?
Something literally just occurred to me.
What?
Hold on. We should have started with footage from our last year's one. Because people could see
where we've came from,
people could see how far we've come in not but a year. Well,
I mean, if they want, they can go on their OnlyFans and they can physically see how far we can literally come as we literally try and shoot loads at a target on a wall. That is onlyfans.com/PvP. No, it doesn't exist yet. No. It doesn't exist yet.
PV penis? Is it player versus penis?
It's player versus penis, yes. But yes, guys. Oh God, it's
wild suit. It's the new year. It's an occasion. This is an award show. You're lucky I'm not doing this whole thing. You're lucky we're not doing the whole thing from like a CG background.
I like to think that I'm fancy, but I always wear a kimono.
That's true.
Really
That's true.
It's scare.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
But I'm not one for suits, mainly because I don't look good in them, so that's why I don't wear them. But yes. But anyway, yes. I think we need to start off this here by doing our wonderful intro. If you want to go in and play the intro for us. Yes.
Oh, we're just getting right into it. Welcome.
This is
technically I should have written 2002 Game of the Year awards. No, because it's still for 2001. It's still for 2001.
2001. We will get into the awards in a second. Obviously, we'll let people know this is our Game of the Year awards fucking show. That means there is no skippable. There is no fucking feature creep. There is no trailer trash. What we got coming out there, we got skippable. No, not going to do that again. Not going to do that again. Legitimately, fucked that up last week. Not going to do it again. But obviously,
we got kippable cutscene where it's just
kippable cutscene,
pictures of fish,
or having a wee kip.
Having a kip. It's yeah. And you know what? Is that still popular on Twitch? Remember, people used to do that.
It was illegal for a while because technically you were a broadcaster, not in control of your broadcast.
Oh, so people could do like weird shit while you were there?
Well, technically, right. So it's one of the things, your chat wasn't being moderated technically if you didn't have moderators set up and stuff and all that jazz. And also the fact that they don't know what, if someone has sleep apnea and something happens behind the wheel. I mean, it's just dodge all around.
Fair enough. But so we're doing one, yeah?
Yeah. We're gonna sleep on stream. No, we're not. We've already broken enough Twitch rules today.
We have a fabulous moderating team. So I think we could get
we have the best moderating team.
We could just
we could just sleep a lot,
and then you just can make your own fun. So,
yeah, that's a weird way of putting it, but yeah, you can make your own fun.
Yeah, like this is the Breath of the Wild of Twitch streams.
Yeah,
where you just make your own fun. Like we're not going to bother doing any of the work, and then you can just make your own game.
Yeah.
Or sorry, make your own stream.
Yeah.
That game wasn't out this year, right? That was like
2 years ago.
Okay,
like at least 2 years ago.
Fuck that game.
Fuck that game indeed. That game is not going to be on this award ceremony. Don't you fucking worry.
No, it is not.
That's fine. If you're only half here, I mean, like, it's better than you're not here at all. And we know that people have like lives and shit.
Yeah, that's true. We're worried this is not quite a regular show. It's not quite a regular show. It's on a different day. But yesterday was kind of a big deal because it was new. Some people have lives, not us though, which is why we're all here. But
it's all cool.
You can be like dip a toe in every once in a while, check and see if the water's warm. It's all good.
Yeah, it's all cool. There's no problem out there.
It's fine. Everyone's got shit to do. I mean, like, I've technically got shit to do.
Yeah,
and technically the shit I've got to do is this.
Yeah, same. And that's okay. Like, we're not judging anyone, and we know our it's okay. You don't have to worry about it. If you're half here, you're half not here. That is totally fine and totally understandable. We're gonna have a fabulous award show though today.
Yeah, I wish we had like physical awards.
How's like in your suit? People are loving your suit. I have bought the midstream Munchables. Would you like
the loudest chocolate treat that one can eat?
Our mics though are great at not letting it through.
Right. Oh shit! Back in my balls. That's a bit of a dog.
Don't eat with your mouth open.
Oh god.
You're raised in a field. No, sorry, don't chew. Don't talk with your mouth full.
Don't eat with your mouth open.
Yeah, that's true, actually, because that's also disgusting.
How do you do that?
You know, people that like chomp and you can just see everything they're eating. It's like
Oh yeah.
they like do a big old wide one of those ones.
Yeah, don't do that.
I think it's called grazing. Is it called grazing? I don't know.
I don't know.
But yes. We've like, I don't know, how many awards do we have to go for today?
It's 10 categories, but some of them have more than one.
Right. Okay.
So I think it's, I want to say like 10 or 14 altogether.
Okay.
No, 12 or 14 altogether.
So we have a bunch of stuff to get through today, but you know, we're in no rush to get through it.
All in good time.
All in good time. We're in no rush to get through any of the categories or any of the things as well. It's going to be one of those ones where we're going to take shit in the cash. We got talking points for some of them as well, because obviously
good cash shit.
Cash shit.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, I need to just go to a certain arena and get a certain document ready. Done.
Oh yes. Yeah, we need that.
So that's fine. But yeah. I don't know. How was your Christmas? We haven't seen you on camera since Christmas.
Oh yes, pretty good. Nothing went horribly wrong. I remember I was asking you if you'd seen my wallet.
Yes.
I had a hell of a week. I lost my wallet the day before Christmas. Was it Christmas Eve? No, the day before Christmas Eve. I think I misplaced my wallet. I didn't kind of notice for a few days. So I was like, I've seen my wallet. Nah, whatever. I'll find it when I need it. And then like 4 or 5 days later, I was like, oh yeah, I really haven't seen my wallet in a while. Like, you know, with all my stuff in it. Mm-hmm. So me and Tara tore the fucking house apart. Like properly.
I even tore my kitchen apart. Look at Christmas down here.
Like properly, like fucking went through, you know, like a week's worth of bins and all outside, like tore through black bags, fucking in the middle of the night with fucking gloves on, and it was like, this is a great way to spend your Christmas thing. Fucking looked under fucking everything, checked inside Bryn, wasn't in there. And then I opened Facebook Messenger for the first time in about 4 years yesterday. I can't remember why. I was looking for something and I saw a wee message, one of those, if you get a message from someone that you've never spoken to before, it gets shoved into like a secondary message list. It's like, this person could be a creep. Yeah. Quarantine that message. Yeah. Quarantine. Yeah. And it was someone from the Garrick, the pub. Yeah. Downtown. Yeah. Being like, any chance you were in here last night? And they sent me this on like the 21st of December. Yeah. I left my wallet in the pub.
Did you get it back from
I did. I went down and got it yesterday.
How were they about it? They're like,
they were fine. It's like, well, we've been closed for like a couple of days anyway, so you couldn't even have got it. Yeah. Until now. So that was fun. So like they literally messaged me the morning after I had lost it. So all I had to do was check Facebook, which I never do, and I wouldn't have had to worry at all. But I left it for like a week and then went into panic mode. Yeah.
So one place you don't check is the one platform we don't like. Yeah. For good reason.
Who fuck likes Facebook? What's it called now? Guetta?
Well, no, it's still called Facebook, but the parent company is called Meta.
David Guetta's Facebook.
David Guetta's Facebook, yeah.
It's like Clive Barker's Jericho.
Clive Barker's Jericho by Clive Barker. Yeah. Also, I need to give a big thank you to Katie. Thank you very much for the Instagram story we just put out, just saying, let's fucking go.
We do like an Instagram story.
We love an Instagram story. We love a retweet. We love...
Isn't Instagram also on my Facebook?
Yeah, but the sheer fact that people think enough of us to share our content is the thing I'm thankful.
We like you, but not Facebook
we love our friends.
We don't like them.
We love our friends in the chat, but obviously, fucking Facebook's a shit show. Yeah.
So that was.
But I like Instagram. Okay. Weirdly,
that was about the most tumultuous event that happened over my Christmas. New Year's was fine. Nothing really happened. Everyone's worried about getting sick again. So. A lot of shit just was like, nah, whatever. I'll do it some other time.
I'll do it a different year. It happens once a year.
I went down to get the booster on Monday. Right. And the building was on fire. So yeah. A lot of really well-timed things happened this week.
Buildings that in?
So if you get in the booster in Belfast at the minute, it's in the TEC, the Titanic Exhibition Centre, that big tent right by like the docks and stuff. Yeah. So we were getting a taxi down and it was like, God, that's an awful lot of smoke. I wonder what that's all about.
They're like, oh yeah, it's some scrapyard that was on fire.
Yeah, it's like, oh yeah, there's something on the docks, I think, that's on fire. It's like, fuck, I hope it's nowhere near where we're going. And then just the closer we got to it, the bigger the smoke got. And they're like, So the scrapyard is the building behind the Titanic Exhibition Center. I mean, like it's about 30 feet away from it.
Oh.
And like the flames, you could see them from a long while away. So like as soon as we pulled up, they were just like, fuck off. No. It's like we're worried about everyone being burnt alive. So we've decided to stop jabbing people.
Yeah, it's fair. They're just squirting the boosters right into the fire.
They were like,
stop it.
we've got all this.
Maybe this will boost the ability to stop the fire.
Or will boost the fire's immune system so it becomes immune to water.
Oh no.
So a fire that is then immune to water. That's wild. Although you could harness that, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, for
like
evil.
Perpetual sun. So yeah, that was fun. And then like all the trains were like shut down for whatever one reason or another. So we're just
that was
like,
me.
You fucking prick. So we were just kind of just got stranded in town for a bit. So
that was me.
That was a real ball ache of a day. So that was fun. It's up.
I looked at trains. I was like, I don't like you today, so take that.
Do you just take a dump on like the track?
No, I literally give them the pup group. Take that.
Did you put them on the track or on a train?
Yeah, on the track.
Oh my god!
But in different locations.
Do you think if someone shit on a train track,
they would do nothing?
They wouldn't stop. The train.
Well, actually, no, it would, because you want to know why they've had to stop trains because of leaves.
Yeah. So like, what if you paid like 5 people
to shit
at once to shit on a train track? Would they be like?
That's a weird.
It's like, this can't be a coincidence. What's going on here?
That's a weird exchange.
Yeah, I don't really know how you would advertise that. Like,
yeah, like how are you reaching out to people going, yo, I'm looking for like-minded individuals to shit on a train track.
Yeah,
paid you $20.
I mean, I think you would have to reply to that just out of sheer curiosity. Like, is this serious? Is this seriously what you're doing? Like, oh yeah, that's
yeah. Give me $20. Yeah. Oh no.
That's true. To be fair,
that's a thing. We could make it a TikTok trend.
Oh my god! Look, think of the amount of people who would die doing it. We'd take out some Zoomers while we're there.
God. I'm gonna blame Kitty on this one. They're the ones that turned it into a trend.
I don't think our train service here is that bad. Although I did just say that they were cancelled, but I think it was like railway works or something.
There has been times where trans shit instead of translating.
Oh, what station was shitting at? Would you shit at an already bad train station?
No, you gotta go for the big ones.
You would make a good one. You would shit at a good one.
You know what you do? You do it at the ones that are near the ones that are like connected to multiple or links. So you do the one near
Lanyon or something.
You do one at Lanyon. You do the one at Lanyon. You do the one at Great Victoria Street, and you would probably want to do the one at Lisburn.
Sure,
because those are like the big intervals where like the other trains will splice out from. So that if you do those free, you're gonna fucking knock out train network.
So we need teams now. We need teams.
We're just free people. It's not teams because you only need to,
No, I think each person, you would have to oversee a few people at each location.
Okay.
Like one person taking a shit, it's not going to derail a train. You're going to need like a group.
I guess
like 8 people. I'd say would be a good amount.
Yeah, I mean, at least 2 per track. Because you want,
yeah. So I think like, okay, so Lisburn's already bad enough. That's fine.
Philo K is just coming as like fuck Lisburn.
None of us live in Lisburn, so I can't speak too negatively of Lisburn.
I've been there. I had an ex from there.
We've all been to Lisburn,
so I have a reason to hate it.
And a wife, right? Okay. All right then. We'll start with Lisburn then.
Fuck Lisburn in particular.
So yeah, just get people together and just find your nearest train track. Just take a shit on it.
Yeah,
but you have to film it. But you also have to film it without filming anything that you can't put on TikTok or Twitch or whatever.
You know what you do? You just gotta film it in a way that you kind of cut at the right points. So like you allude to what you're doing, but then and then the aftermath of the trains of like not being able to go, and then you're fine. Sure. But you know what's not shit? Probably our first award that we're going to be giving away tonight.
Did we start with a good one? Daddy,
no! Daddy, yes!
We started with a good one. It's not a negative.
That's the sound. That's the sound that you would have to make while you're shitting on the train track.
Yeah,
let's go. I hit that again.
You hit that again for some reason, but that's okay. This is why I don't have faith in you. Hit now sequence.
Now we're starting. We're starting properly now.
You just hit buttons as you see randomly. You don't think of it when you hit.
Also, Hanny's here.
Hey, Hanny. Hope you keep.
Okay. Hey, okay, Hanny.
Well, it's time for our first.
That was the first one. It's the right one.
It's the right one.
It was the right one.
It was the right one. I know how this works.
Best previously released.
Oh my god!
I give it to a game that came out like 4 years ago, and I love it.
You love it?
Love it.
Look at that there. Oh my god! Even look at this. It's all changed. Right? He's even noticing because like we're fucking professionals like that.
We know what we're doing.
We know what we're doing.
Apparently we both look so good. I agree.
Thank you very much, honey.
Happy
You're an
New
absolute
Year.
sweetheart.
Happy New Year.
Crap makes me need moist. I need teaching.
Well, it is my day job to make people moist. Also graphics sometimes. Bit of A, bit of B.
Bit of A, bit of B. But yes, yeah. So your the award for previous title from favorite title from previous year was Deliverance: Kingdom Come.
I love coming in the kingdom.
That's fair. Which one specifically, though, if you want to take us through this?
The Kingdom of Bohemia.
So this is one based on what, like 1300s or something?
Yeah, it's all like, do you remember like when Assassin's Creed first came out and they were like, bitch, we're historically accurate.
Yeah.
And now they're like, nah, you can fight with a giant cotton swab and you're a zombie, and it doesn't, the
I love that
like
juxtaposition.
Yeah.
You're a giant cotton swab now, and you fight as a zombie, and
the realism was kind of gone. This was like, what if it was hyper realistic? And it's like, I know some people, like I know a few people that have played this and they're like, nah, it's too like, it's halfway between Skyrim and a being alive simulator.
Yeah.
And it's like, as long as there's no like, you don't have to do any fucking farming or chop 10 trees to make a bit of wood. There's none of that in it. It's more like you have to become good at sword fighting, or you have to become good at like archery and shit.
Yeah.
And you have to learn how to read.
Yeah, or you can't read.
You can't read. You can't do anything. At the start of the game, you're like a big fetus just with a sword.
A big fetus with a sword. It's a really fucking interesting way to describe your character. If you understood the concept of fetalness,
you're a fetal warrior in this game. So that's what you are, a fetal warrior.
So like
named Henry.
So this is a game obviously you felt a lot for over the last year.
I played it the first time like a couple of years ago. I think when me and Maggie were still living together, and then he moved out and took his PC with him and took the copy with him. So I was like, right, I'll buy it. And then I just forgot. I just never went back to it because I didn't have a decent enough computer. I was like, fuck it. The console version's
playable. At this point,
it's patched up to where the PC was like a couple of years ago, and then I think I bought it a couple months ago and was just like, oh yeah, I remember why I fucking like this game, and I just stuck like 100 hours into it. I was like, this is fucking just,
it's the best game ever.
There's a bunch of DLC and stuff for it. It's fucking great. Really good story. It's like you're the guy you play as Henry, like he's a fucking goof bag, but he's a good protagonist. He's very like he's very like human. Unlike most, I mean, like you don't play a Final Fantasy game and you're like, yeah, look at these totally normal people.
No, that's not a game
that can jump 400 feet in the air and manifest swords out of nowhere. Like he's like, I literally can't read a book and drink at the same time. You're like,
I don't even know how I've existed this long.
Exactly.
It's typhoid not took me.
It's like you jump off a small stone wall and immediately snap both your legs, and you're like, just like in real life. I know why some people couldn't get into it. I know like the stringent like kind of reality is maybe a wee bit too much for some people who are just like, I would just want to stick on a wee game and have a go at it.
Yeah.
But like once you kind of like, you can abuse the systems a little bit in it and just make life easier for yourself. There's like one of the very, very first things you can do is you have like a herbalist skill,
right? Where
you like pick up flowers from the ground, and like at the start you're like, why the fuck would you possibly need that skill? That is so stupid. And then you look into it, and it's like when you get to a certain level in herbalism, for every little flower you pick up, it also just increases your overall strength. So like you can come out of the starting area with like 100 gold, a level 32 herbalism, and like a strength of like 20. So you're already like, I'm rich and I'm buff and I haven't even started the game yet. Let's fucking go. So it's fucking like, there's a lot of like little hacks and stuff in it like that, but it's like, I love that there.
I'm such a good flower picker that I honestly will kill you. I have strength beyond my means.
If you're going to play this game, you got to do the herbalism, because like you can pick like, you get like a perk that makes it easier to talk to people. You have like more charisma if you have a certain amount of flowers on you. It's just like, it just makes the game immediately so much fucking easier, and it makes it way easier to get into as well. Because like there's a bit of a steep learning curve to this thing, where it can seem a wee bit like, oh, you literally can't do anything at the start. Like you can't do it. You can't hold a sword. You can't fire a bow and arrow. You can't ride a horse. You can't read. All you can do is get drunk and look at your girlfriend's tits, and you're like, all right, fair enough. That's where we would all be at this point.
Yeah.
Happy New Year, people.
Happy New Year.
And then you become a knight. And then you're like, get ready to be stabbed, man.
Get ready to be fucking.
It's one of those like the first like you know, like the first boss fight in a game, like the first boss fight in, say, like Dark Souls 1.
Right.
The jailer demon or whatever.
Yeah,
that you're like, right. I beat the fuck out of this big fat naked guy, and now I feel better about myself.
Yeah.
Taking on like 3 soldiers in this game and winning is like the most exhilarating thing I've ever done in my life. It's like you're being attacked. They're like standing in front of you, going like and you can die in like 3 or 4 hits. You just get like hit in the back, and you just fucking hit in the back of the head, or like the butt you with a sword. And you're fucking like your vision goes all red, and then you just go down, and then just start fucking standing on you like you're a piece of shit.
Just like real life?
Yeah, just like real life. But as soon as you go back to do that fight, like an hour later, when you've learned a thing or two, when you literally have learned a thing or two, and you're like, oh, come on here. We block it, we fucking jab, we jab. And you just feel so much better about yourself. Like you get I feel like I'm more capable of beating the fuck out of someone now after playing a bit of this game, because you're like,
that is fucking wild.
I love it. Also, this game is cheap as shit now, so you should get it.
Yeah, definitely.
So that was my favorite game from a previous year. I wish like we probably should have like tweeted at Warhorse or something. Been like, look, you won our favorite. They wouldn't care. Like
they wouldn't give a fuck.
But what are you doing? What can you do? What can you do? Yeah, you never know. They might give a fuck.
Might do. I don't know. Everyone's commenting on that suit of yours.
Are we protecting the president? Do we have a president at the minute?
Well, Down South does.
Yeah. Is it is he about at the minute?
Yeah.
Is it
anywhere?
President or like a presidentess?
It's a president.
Is it who is the president?
Can't remember. It's Down South.
It starts there.
I don't get to vote on that, so I don't really like. I don't really think about it too much.
Is it a man? Is the president of Ireland at the minute a man or a woman?
I believe so. I think he's a lad. I think he's an old lad.
Oh, Higgins. Oh fuck. All right, it's still Higgins. All right, I thought.
Yeah, I don't think it changed.
I thought he had left. No, I don't think I would protect a president because they're not worth my time.
No, definitely not.
It's just not worth it. He looks like Dustin the turkey. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Poor bastard. Oh, what a year.
Yeah, man.
What a start. Right, your turn.
Yep.
Right, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this very carefully.
Yeah, that's what you need to do. Oh, which one my best previously released? Oh, look at that. Look at that. It's Witcher 3. Who would have fucking thought?
God, I hope there's no spell mistakes in any of these.
Imagine there was. Imagine there fucking was. Obviously, I went through like Witcher 3 as part of the streams this year. I fucking literally went through all of the DLC. So I never went through all of the DLC before, and it was one of those things where I played Witcher a few times on stream, but I never done like a one sequence like, hey, I'm going to start the very fucking start, and I'm going to get through all of this game, all of the fucking side quests, all of the fucking DLC,
even like the big DLC packs. Like,
yeah, I done Blood and Wine, I done Hearts of Stone, I done didn't do that.
My mum?
No, didn't do your mum. Done everyone's mum in that game though. If
even all the mums from Scalaga.
If everyone's mum had the name Yen.
Oh, okay, right.
You know, because Yen is best girl, and I will fight anyone who says different. I will fight anyone who argues different.
I like Siri. She's fun.
It's just fun, but I wouldn't have Geralt fuck her.
No, that'd be weird.
It'd be very weird.
That'd be strange.
But yes, obviously, this is one of those games I spent like so much time going through.
Is there an area called Nilfgaard in the game instead of Nilfgaard?
I wish.
We're going to Nilfgaard.
I mean, like, Nilfgaard's a piece of shit. Like, fuck Nilfgaard. Like, you know, fuck.
But Nilfgaard, though.
But Nilfgaard. I am the Nilfgaard.
Is there a Witcher porno party? Because
gotta be.
I kind of feel like there should be now with that.
Gotta be.
Those puns just waiting to go.
Like. Just waiting to fucking go. Like, but yeah, like the Witcher 3 is like I went through everything, Blood and Wine, Hearts of Stone stuff, and I have to say, CD Projekt Red has fucked up a lot over the last few years, and I am not going to sit here and try and tell you that they're stainless and they're virtuous. They fucked up with Cyberpunk.
Hopefully, Ocean's enjoying his copy of Cyberpunk.
They fucked up massively, right? But I'm going to tell you right now, see the Blood and Wine DLC and the Hearts of Stone DLC. It is probably the best written DLC I have ever fucking played. I have never played DLC that's felt like a full game before, and those DLCs felt like full fucking games.
Oh, okay.
It was wild. You're talking like 25 hours of DLC of like pure story content and side quests, and oh yeah, well you got basically the structure of this game. How about we just add more actual fucking game for $10?
Is it was it like a new area or just
New,
like
blood and wine, whole new area, whole new map, whole new quests, whole new characters, whole shebang. Like Hearts of Stone reuses the first area, which is fine.
That's
but
fine,
they expanded out.
I think that was the first one.
But they actually add on to the original map. So they add space onto the original map, and then you kind of do stuff in that space. But then Blood and Wine's like, oh yeah, no, here, this is a whole new fucking area. Let's fucking go. You go to Toussaint.
Oh my god,
Toussaint, very French.
It's weird. I feel the way about The Witcher, the way some people feel about Kingdom Come, which is I just couldn't get into it. It's like I bought it for the PC when it first came out, and I don't know if anyone remembers this. The Witcher 3 did not have a smooth launch.
No, it did not.
It didn't. It's fair enough. It wasn't a Cyberpunk launch.
No, it was not.
But it wasn't the smoothest of all launches, so it kind of put me off the PC version for a while. And then it was like, right, well, I'm not going to buy it on the console because I already have the PC version. So why would I go back?
Yeah.
And then it was like, you know what? When it was Blood and Wine came out, I was like, I'll buy that. I'll finish the game first. And then I'll get to Blood and Wine. And then I booted it up, got to like the menu screen. I was like, I'm just not feeling it. And literally never turned it back on.
Blood and Wine also adds like some like little perks that are just really handy. It's like, oh, you eat, that's going to give you a regeneration step for like a minute and a half for 30 minutes for one bit of food. Little life hacks that help like that there.
I think honestly, I may have been the Skellige accents that just put me off the game.
Skellige's hard to go for as a person from Belfast
because they're all like Polish people just doing our accents, but they're doing it really well.
They're doing it incredibly well to the point where I didn't think they were Polish until you told me.
I'm from fucking Poland.
It's like, excuse me, big lad, and you're like, what the fuck?
Excuse me, big lad. Show us your dick.
It's like, what about you, big lads?
What about just big Witcher lads?
Witcher? What big lad?
What about you, Witcher? What's that?
And I'm like, can you stop this, please, for the love of God? You're fucking with me right now. And the worst part is Skellige's the nicest, like, people. Like, they're genuinely, like, and it's so the opposite from us.
Hey, we're nice.
We're nice. Just not to each other. We're nice to everyone else.
We're not nice to the Protestants, and they're not nice to the Catholics.
We're not going to get sectarian.
We're not getting sectarian. We already had that.
But yes, it's one thing. We're not very nice to each other, but we're always nice to people outside of here.
Yeah.
But like, some dude on Patreon who animates Witcher porn parodies. So yes, they do exist.
Oh, cool. You should also, I would say you should sub to our Patreon, but we don't
have a Patreon, but I need to see that Patreon. I need to see if they used our wording. I need to see if Nilfgaard exists.
We need to see if is there like a parody shield with Nilfgaard written on it?
I need to see if Nilfgaard exists. I need to know these. These are the things that I need to know.
Blu-ray Project Red sounds way better than DVD Project Red.
But yes, so like it's one of those games where like I mean if the camera tilted over and looked up, they'd see I'm a big fan of The Witcher. I have like an original bit of like artwork there for The Witcher, right above my head. I'm a big fan of The Witcher. I love The Witcher. I've got like the first Witcher manga coming out coming like within the next few weeks. It's like the first time they've done one. I kickstarted it because they done it for Kickstarter and stuff. I was like, okay, I'll spend like $20 on Kickstarter.
I only like Kickstarted 2 things and none of them either come out. So
that's coming in a few weeks time. Like I'm getting like the first manga and stuff. It's called funny enough, it's like they took Geralt and put him in like Japan, like it made like Japanese themed. It's a manga.
Yeah, okay, right, fair enough.
So it's called The Witcher Ronin.
Right, okay.
Which I think
that's a bit,
and then he fights Tengus and stuff.
Oh, that's a bit weeby. Like
it's manga. What you think it wasn't gonna be fucking weeby? What do you?
Oh, there you go.
But like I love Witcher stuff. I'm a big fan of Witcher.
There's a Nilfgaard product in Cyberpunk. I didn't even know that.
Oh,
I played that game. I finished it. And I never even saw it.
I didn't know that.
I wasn't paying attention.
I haven't played that game yet because I've refused to.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was my favorite previous title from previous year. Because trying to say titles out loud sometimes is hard. Because my tongue gets twisted.
The very wild cunt. We're flying through these.
We're
flying through these.
It's okay, some of these will get longer.
Yeah, we're going. This is most anticipated. This game should have already been out.
This should already been out. Yeah, like we've been waiting. Like when we were doing this one, was like you were kind of like going like, right, what's our most anticipated game for like coming next year?
Yeah, and then we had to go look it up.
And I know I instinctively went fucking God, I forgot the name because I'm bad with names when I'm put on the spot.
Go.
Hellblade 2.
Yeah,
that was it. And it was one of those ones where
I had to let you know.
you had to let me know. I was like, you said this last year, and I was like, did I? It's like, yes. I was like, well, that's how much I'm anticipating it.
That's true.
But we couldn't use the same ones we went for every year. So obviously we were kind of like, yeah, like we're both actually really fucking psyched for God of War. It's like,
damn right.
Like Attack on Titan.
It does look a wee bit Attack on Titties, like,
but like it looks great. I'm really up for that there. But like obviously the God of War Ragnarok has been something that I'm definitely like been kind of feeling as well.
We could have had separate picks for this, but I kind of looked through like what should have already been out, what's coming out next year, what's kind of just dropped off the face of the planet. Didn't want to use any multiplayer bullshit. Not using any free to play stuff because neither of us are looking forward to either of those. Like,
no, not really.
So it was like, what was the one thing that, you know, like when you were finished playing the first one, you were like, right, now I'm literally just not counting down until the second one comes out.
And
I think the last time that happened was what was the first one called?
I just God of War.
Just Graw.
Just Graw.
No, that's Gears of War.
Gaw.
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 I loved Gaw.
Gaw.
Guar.
I'm coming Gaw.
I'm going Gaw.
I'm coming Gaw.
See, it should be good. Like, there's been like some. What was there, like some stupid fucking like, oh, they made someone black. You're like, oh, wise up, you fucking pricks.
Why does that matter? What's wrong with some representation? Fuck off.
Fucking twat.
They made 4 into a Chunky Boy. I was like, what's wrong with that?
That's true.
And people were like, that was a weird one where like when Chunky 4 was like talked about, people were like, there's one side going, I want to fuck Chunky 4, and then the other half was kind of like, you can't make 4 Chunky. He's meant to be a badass. Like, why is he not badass for being Chunky?
It's true. I think they probably just. I think like they saw like the like the Marvel movies and stuff, and they were probably just like, yeah, maybe we'll just try and like distance ourselves a wee bit, and then they made Fat Thor. And they were probably like, for fuck's sake, they've done both of them. Like, we can't do it now. Look out for New Year scams.
Yeah,
about money. This is like, I think this week is like the most scammed week of the year, where people are like using their cards a whole lot. And then you're like, oh, you didn't swipe your card, just give me your postcode. Like, no,
fuck off.
It's just, I'm your doctor, just give me your mother's maiden name. Like, what? Who are you?
It's like, what's your mother? It's like a long number and short number and security. It's like, what? No.
What's crack? What was your first hamster? What street did you grow up on?
What was your first? Oh, fuck, that is a fucking thing.
What was your first pet's name or something like that? Yeah.
Thank you very much for the retweets, guys, by the way, on the Player versus Player Twitter. You're absolute sweethearts. I do appreciate that there. But yeah, so like this is one of those ones where like this game, like, I don't know, do we want to say what the big spoiler, the big revelation was? I don't know if that's the thing that this game is like 4 years old, I guess, but like it's hard. The moratorium of spoilers is up for this, surely, right?
A show of hands, who, see, if you didn't have a PlayStation, then you haven't played it, because it's coming out on PC soon.
Guys, is there anyone in the chat that's not played the previous one and doesn't want this thing spoiled? Are we just good to fucking say what the spoiler was?
Or you just
the reason what made us really excited to see what the fuck's coming next?
You don't play it. You haven't played it and you don't care. Is also a valid, like, anyway.
Yeah.
It's like, if I was going to play, I would have played it already.
Because, like, this is one of these things.
Oh.
Okay, knows the ending, so that's fair. Anyone else with any sort of strong opinions?
We'll give you a minute. Not fussed. People seem to be genuinely not fussed. When was the first one out? Like
2016.
2016. Oh god, yeah, that was a while ago. Oh Jesus. Time. Time. Is it about boy? It's
about boy.
It is about the boy.
I have it still in the cellophane. Ronan, are you set of spoilers or not?
I think we can probably get away with just not saying what.
Don't give a shit about spoilers.
What the spoilers are like.
Okay.
It's just, there's a big revelation at the end.
There's a big revelation.
But it works quite well for, oh, you're going to want to play the next one.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, I am. So fucking make it.
Yeah.
And then everything got postponed by like 2 years.
I can talk about something that's not that direct spoiler, but is interesting. The inside the actual inside the room or just the room before you go into the place where the spoiler happens, or where the revelation of the spoiler is
revealed.
There's actually some art that a lot of people didn't notice initially that is actually like, oh Jesus Christ, and it shows the fall of the Greek pantheon, shows the fall of the Norse pantheon, because obviously that's what this game's about.
Sure.
And this first game, and obviously as it goes on this arc, it also shows the fall of an Egyptian pantheon and another pantheon. So actually, It seems like this series might go into a few different pantheons over the next 20 years or so.
That's going very Assassin's Creedy about it all, though.
But if they only release one game every 5 years to 6 years, I'm fucking okay with that.
Yeah, I suppose so.
Especially if they're so narratively driven and evolutionary. The obvious big spoiler we haven't said. So I know some people are absolutely fine about spoilers, but I guess we're just kind of keeping it safe here.
Yeah, it turns out your son's actually your own dad. So you're
and so the whole time you're going, boy, it's actually dad.
Yeah, so that's weird. I thought that was really strange. I was like, yeah, okay.
It's like, how the fuck did Zeus get in then?
Oh, Jesus Christ. He turned into a horse and had sex with you and your mother at the same time. Like he did. He liked doing that. Just going to turn into like this goat and go, "Duh."
I mean, yeah.
And then he's got some kids.
Yeah.
Loads of kids.
Loads of kids.
Yeah. Your son was your own granddad the whole time. The whole game.
The whole game. The song for that, I'm my own grandpa.
Fuck, I thought that said I'm in my own grandpa. That's much worse.
That would be fucking horrifying.
Yeah. Ugh.
I wouldn't. See, if I was in my own grandfather, that'd be necrophilia.
Yeah. There's probably nothing left of my grandparents at this point.
Probably same actually. My granddad died when I was like 6.
Play with his bones. But who would want to do that? That's just morbid.
I'm sure there's people out there who love a bit of bone play and not having a wee wank.
Bone play.
Do you not think Kratos looked like a Provo Viking?
He does a wee bit, actually.
He does a wee bit. When you say it out loud, I'm kind of like, yeah, actually, you're not wrong. Fuck, you're not wrong.
He's looking for underage drinking teenagers. Like, what are you doing?
What are you fucking?
What are you falling down my park, mate?
What are you doing with that, son? Do you not know who the fuck's your man?
Where you live?
Where do you live, son?
Shows your house. Oh, wait, I'm going to fuck off. I hear you. Ooh.
Oh,
That is a bit of an odd flex. Well done.
there's been off, yeah.
I don't know anybody working in Santa Monica. I know people working in Insomniac.
Somniac.
Spider Boys.
Oh yeah, you do know
The Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Well, there you go. Keep your developers in a job.
You know who freaked me out when I realized the revelation existed? Spiders, man.
Who's Spiders, man?
It's literally thousands of spiders that are in a suit pretending to be Spider-Man.
Right.
That's horrifying.
That must be a nightmare to draw.
I think you just have to draw like a really disheveled looking spider suit most of the time.
Sure. But like, if you ever had to draw the spiders outside of the suit, you'd be there all day. Like,
well, I think I've seen it. It's kind of just like an amorphous black blob with the occasional little few legs sticking out.
The way like Studio Ghibli does.
Yeah. Kind of like that, but
that's horrifying.
It's literally called Spiders, man.
That could be.
It's in this arc where like all the different canonical universes of Spider-Man, like noir and stuff, all meet up at one point, and like it is just the sentient consciousness of like thousands of spiders in a spider suit, thinking they're Peter Parker.
I don't like that.
It's fucking horrifying.
There's also Man Spider, who's one big spider dressed as Spider-Man. I think I've seen that actually. He's wearing like. It's like a big tarantula with like half a suit on. Yeah. This is not something we should be looking up. Okay, we're looking it up. This is the first thing we're looking up in 2022.
No, I didn't say that.
Oh, that is just a pile of spiders with a mask on.
Yeah. Sure. Just spiders, man.
Oh fuck, he's just shooting spiders at people.
Yeah. It's so weird. It's like some of the things. Some of the panels are just fucking horrifying. Like
I don't like that.
It's so fucky. It's so fucky.
I don't know how I didn't know about that.
That's interesting. So I was able to give you some knowledge on comic books for once.
I don't really know everything about Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Except that I haven't seen that new film yet.
I'm not going to say anything. I've not seen it either, but I know like spoilers.
Oh, I got it immediately spoiled for me.
Yeah.
So,
which is fine because I actually asked.
That's true.
Because I asked to be spoiled by someone who watched it. Was like, I'm not going to make it to the cinema.
Spoil me, Daddy.
Spoil me, Daddy. Spoil me.
Well, speaking of disappointments.
Oh shit. I think it's disappointed 2021.
Wow.
Fucking hell.
We could have just picked a bad game, but we didn't.
No. It would have been too easy to pick a game. How about something that fucked every game?
It fucked so many games.
It fucked every game that we could. It was like one of those things where like anything you were looking forward to this year, not coming out.
Yeah, like even last was like the last 2 years, but I think like especially this year, like quite a lot of things that were really looking like, yeah, it's gonna be really good. Nah, man, canceled. Like not canceled, but like a lot of things were just pushed forward. I understand why. I don't have a problem with it because like I'm fine with people like moving to work at home. Like no problem with like that. It's a good. It was like a good. It was essentially just a workaround to something that no one really saw coming. But like it still fucking sucks.
It still fucking sucks. It's still like one of those situations where obviously it came probably the worst time, which is like at the very launch year, kind of first year of a massive new console cycle. Where we have two brand new high end consoles that people still can't get their hands on.
It hasn't been very kind to the PS5.
No, but it hasn't been very kind to the PS5 or the Xbox.
Or the Xbox. I think the Xbox are doing kind of okay because people are still just kind of using the last one because they're like, I'm only really kind of streaming stuff on it anyway.
Yeah.
With their they're fine because they have a PC with an Xbox subscription. Yeah. So like they didn't lose out on quite as much. I think it hit PS5 really hard. Like,
yeah, because like PS5 had like for a few things coming out. Like I mean, God of War was like their most anticipated game. Should have been an anticipated game this year if COVID wasn't a factor.
Should have been out already.
Yeah.
Probably like there's chances are maybe would have been pushed back anyway, just because those games usually are maybe like once or twice just to make sure everything's kind of like tight. But I mean, like it's completely pushed back now.
Yeah.
And like, I mean, I've had a PS5 now for what, almost a year, and I have 1, 2, 3. I have 3 PS5 games.
Yeah.
Like 3 games that were actually released for the PS5. And most of them have just been kind of like, it's fine.
Like a few of the PS5 games have been ones that it came on PS4, but it's got the PS5 edition.
I'm trying to think of like games that were just out on the PS5. And it's like, what was it? Like Lost Judgment. Did that have a PS4 version?
It did.
Okay, so that doesn't count then. Godfall.
Ew.
Yeah, that's not a great thing. Ratchet and Clank was good.
Yeah,
I forgot about that. Yeah, that didn't have a PS4 version, did it? No. Okay, that was one of the ones that I got.
Yeah,
that was the only a PS5 game.
Trying to think of other ones. Looks up at my game collection.
Just trying to see if any of them like kind of sync up with what I've got. That literally might be it. Can't think of any other.
Bug Snacks, yeah.
I can't say I bought Bug Snacks.
You got it for free anyway, part of PS.
Oh fuck, did you?
Yeah.
Oh okay. Well, all right. Well, I haven't played it then because I'm not
it's
like
not great. It's kind of like Magic Pokemon Snap, but like.
But shit.
Yeah, kind of boring.
Pokemon Snap's
not even that great.
Shit anyway. Like the only thing
I know a lot of people love Pokemon.
People
Snap.
like.
I don't.
People like Pokemon.
Yeah.
That's what people like about Pokemon Snap.
Yeah, that's exactly
it's the Pokemon. But if you're doing that with like, I mean, I would play a Yu-Gi-Oh Snap or like a Digimon Snap, but that actually, a Digimon Snap would just be like way too horny because like a lot of the Digimon are very, very sexy.
Yeah, I remember you were talking about this here. As they digivolve, they do become incredibly hot.
Some of them are just women.
It's like, I went from like being like this weird like dinosaur into a fucking angel lady.
Yeah,
and you're like, all right,
with big massive jabs.
Yeah, it's like 1 second, I will fuck this thing to death, and I'm like, oh okay,
yeah,
that's valid.
It's just another porn parody.
Yeah, no, it's a TV show.
Kids TV's getting a bit more dank.
Came out the party, came like Pokemon Snap came out again.
There was a Pokemon Snap out.
Yeah,
I think it was a
Switch one
remake. A Switch, yeah,
Switch one. But like some of the stuff that was like that was pushed back to like the following Returnal, I don't know.
It's not.
I was kind of interested in that.
What was it? Returnal was a looter. What do you call it?
It's kind of like a bullet hell sort of Dark Soulsy thing.
The thing where you fucking play it again and again and again and again.
Deathlight or not roguelike.
Roguelike, that's the one. So no, I didn't play it.
Deathlight, jeez. Deathlight, no roguelite.
Yeah.
So like some of the games are actually pushed back to now this year. Technically, we're in 2022. Hogwarts Legacy.
Was anyone looking forward to that?
I'm kind of looking forward to that.
I'm still not entirely sure what you actually do in it, but it would be fun to be like.
I think it's being made by the Warner Bros. Studio that's been working on like the Batman stuff and all that there.
Oh, okay.
Not there, so I'm kind of like, all right, that's kind of intriguing. Sure. I'm kind of digging that there.
Cyberpunk stuff.
Cyberpunk's DLC.
I mean, they were probably like, thank God we can play it. We can blame this on the coronavirus.
Yeah. The Lord of the Rings Gollum game.
Oh yeah, that's right. I'm still not entirely sure how to feel about that one, but I'll still probably play it when it comes out. Like,
it's one of those ones where that there was kind of like I'm confused by the gameplay dynamic as playing as Gollum, but I'm still intrigued.
Stealth focused, so it's gonna be a lot of running away.
A lot of run away, a lot of like looting
the
traps and
shadows.
stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like the like those like the what are those Lord of the Rings games called again? Shadow War.
Yeah, Shadow War.
I mean, like you could play them stealthily, but you only played them stealthily up until you got caught, and then you were like, "Ha!"
And then you're like, I'm actually the most badass.
You're just gonna run away if you're Gollum, which sucks.
I guess it's one of those things. There's probably a dynamic in that.
You're gonna have to keep going, disappearing.
I think the dynamic of that game is probably one where you're gonna want to get caught every so often, but like
this is actually a one ring.
Oh shit! So it is.
It's only on the inside because the outside's worn off, but it's like black and silver.
But I think the aspect of this game is you might get yourself in situations you're going to want to get caught because you've all set traps and you're kind of going to lure them into those traps by getting caught. No one's like, "Oh, I'm over here," and then you run back and then
Oh yeah, you're gonna have like a wee like. This is the last place you saw you.
Yeah.
And you're over here. And then you're waiting with like a big fire or something.
Yeah, you get something like fucking drop on them or something. Yeah.
There's only so many times you can do that though.
But I guess that would probably be like some of the dynamics, I guess. Prince of Persia Sands of Time remake was meant to come
I didn't know they were doing a remake of that, but I'll be okay with that.
Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2.
This caught everybody deep.
It kind of did, and I'm playing through like the first one right now on stream.
Yeah, but surely you want a second one more now?
I do. No, I do.
Exactly.
I do. I'm not sarcastic about like my like lack of lines. I'm loving it. The fan base is weird.
Yeah. Well, that's because like whether they want to admit it or not, it pulled in a lot of like eroticism.
So this is the thing. I'm enjoying the hell out of it.
Yeah.
That chat's unhinged, and not in a sexual way. Not in a sexual way either.
Oh, there's always a sexual way to it.
No. They're just really into roleplay, but not sexy roleplay. The chat, no, not our chat. Well, our chat, but not our chat. But like the new people who came into our chat as part of like the Masquerade stuff, they're going for it, and they're very into like, this is my clan, and they will talk about it in a matter of fact way. It's like, I am part of the clan.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you really love this universe more than I anticipated.
Taking all that very personally, but at the same time, yeah, they're doing stuff with each
They
other.
probably are, but it's not happening in my chat.
That's fine, but they're definitely doing stuff with each other.
And that's fine. I'm not just. I'm not.
That's why
I'm
the
not
game,
denying that.
that's why the game has such like a hardcore following, because it allows you. It's like a vehicle for that kind of stuff. So obviously people respond very positively to it.
Yeah.
They're like, all right, fair enough. This lets me get my shit out.
I knew it was a popular franchise, but again, it was just like I was shocked by like how many people because people are coming in identifying as like Tremere or like fucking as fucking Bruja or
The spooky boys.
Avians and stuff like in the chat, and I'm like,
Right?
these guys are really passionate,
Yeah.
and I'm passionate about things, but Jesus,
I mean, you're passionate about like masturbation.
passionate about most things sexual.
That's true.
But it's one of those ones where like I'm just kind of so my sort of like, you are the yeah, kind of like that.
Sure, yeah. But you're a Pokemon that people are lusting after. With fangs. Yeah, so like the Vampire the Masquerade, like that got straight up like put on indefinite hiatus. It's not even like just pushed back. It's just like we can't do that. These guys wizards. He's got a positive result during this pick. Positive
PCR test.
Oh shit.
Sorry to hear about that.
No.
Sorry about Mega Raptor.
What a January 1st.
Oh my god. And it was like, look at our award right now.
Oh shit. Oh no. Just close your eyes and it will be done soon.
We'll be done
and
soon.
You'll not have to worry about it anymore.
Gran Turismo 7 was back.
I'm quite looking forward to that. I'm a Gran Turismo man.
Yeah. Like, I mean, for those who love their fucking, I guess people who love their sports racing sims and stuff, got some stuff out of Forza Horizon this year, but
Yeah,
obviously
it's like
our PlayStation users are kind of in the cold for the minute.
They're spending an extra 11 months just getting gravel. It's like, we gotta make this gravel look good, guys. And then they're just staring at gravel all day.
Yeah,
Like, that's why we need to push this back. This gravel's not ready.
They're just taking 8K photos of gravel and put it into a 4K game.
You don't even know how right you are with that statement. You literally are right. It's like we're having to like compress the photos because they're too big, but we'll give you an optional patch that lets us put the big photos back in. It's like, you're insane. You're actually insane. But
That is a joke.
no, that's what they do. A new Need for Speed. Is anyone really?
Some people like Need for Speed.
Clamoring for a new Need for Speed at the minute. Is there like a Need for Speed at the moment that people are just like, I can sit about and just play this?
I guess probably, maybe. Apparently, people are just horny for Pokemon these days.
I mean, people have always been horny for Pokemon.
Yeah.
That's it. People are horny for everything. It's fine. You get in what you put out, you know.
Gotham Knights was pushed back from this year.
I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Back 4 Blood, more Lego Star Wars. Dear Lord.
Yeah, Back 4 Blood did come out this year, so that needs amended.
Well, I think it just got pushed back, but it would have been out earlier.
Yeah.
But it was still like
the Resident Evil
Reverse. Is that
Reverse.
that multiplayer
the
one?
multiplayer stuff. It's the
People
weird,
really
don't care about.
Yeah.
But there for some reason they just want to push it out.
I think
anyway.
they're probably just going to do a thing. It's like we'll delay it a couple of times and then just cancel it.
Yeah.
Just quietly. Skull and Bones was one I was really looking forward to, but I think that's more of like a once the pandemic started, they were like, we're stealth canceling this, but we're just going to tell you that it's just being pushed back again and again. Like, I think Skull and Bones has been in development since like 2018 or something.
Yeah,
it's not going anywhere anytime soon. Like God War 2,
Sifu,
that Kung Fu boy.
Kung Fu game, that was pushed back.
I think Dying Light 2 was pushed back a lot. It might be on this.
We're going for a list right now.
It's not in alphabetical order though, which is really nice.
It's unfortunate. Tokyo.
They'll release that RE-verse just to get a wee bit of fucking
bit of dollar,
wee bit of dollar bill, y'all.
Horizon Forbidden West, which comes out actually this month anyway, so it's not that big of a deal.
Can't say I'm overly.
I'm excited.
Looking forward to that.
I'm excited for that.
I'll give it a go eventually, I suppose. Like. How in the fuck was Grand Theft Auto 5 postponed? What version of it is coming out now?
It's the next gen.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
Because it's had to go over 2 gens. Now it started in PS4 and now PS5.
Warhammer 3,
Dying Light 2, Dying Light 2, but it's coming out apparently in February 4th now, so that's one thing to look out for.
Battlefield 2042 was hit quite hard with the dynamic stuff because they were just like, we just couldn't get it to come together over,
and they released it like
over
shit.
COVID.
It just shit.
It didn't do very well, right?
No, it done terribly. It was
really,
like one of the worst performing Battlefields they've released.
I mean, like
to the point where you can buy it for $30 right now.
Oh my god! Well, sure, they went like didn't they do that whole like, oh, we're just franchising this now and we don't really give a shit about the games anymore? It's
yeah,
like, there'll be one a year and you'll fucking play it and you'll fucking love it and you'll shut up.
Yeah, Elden Ring. That's another one that's coming out this cycle, February 25th apparently. Sifu's out in Feb as well. Sifu looks fucking awesome. I'm looking forward to Sifu.
The next gen version of Cyberpunk
and Witcher as well.
What, they're doing a PS5 version of The Witcher 3?
There's upscaling the graphics and stuff.
That's another 2 system one then.
Yeah, it is, but like I'm not too worried about that there because they're just giving that shit for free. It's not like Rockstar charging you for those updates. They're just giving those updates for free.
Diablo 4.
I wish I could care about Diablo 4, but given everything that's happened with that company,
that's been given a non-date. It's been delayed.
Same with Overwatch 2.
I forgot there was an Overwatch 2 happening.
Yeah.
Midnight Suns is like a top-down. Scorn.
Half-Life 3 is never coming out.
That was like Half-Life 3. It would have been out by now if it wasn't for the pandemic. Definitely, like
that pandemic that didn't exist for the last 24 years.
They look ahead. They know what's coming.
It's like, we want to release this game at a specific date, but pandemic.
Yeah. See, because when we get to the third pandemic, then they'll be like, right.
That's when they'll release it,
guys. Get it out there. Not yet.
I mean, technically, that's what people call Alex.
At this point,
Half-Life 3.
I think he's right. Like, I think they will just go full VR. It's like, guys, at this point, we have wasted an absolute fortune trying to get VR to be a thing, and no one's buying it. So we're just going to double down and keep going.
It's not Half-Life. It's Half-Life's exclusive platform, VR.
Yeah.
Saints Row. That's been one that has been. That's one that's like been
too soon. Too soon for a reboot on Saints Row.
You'd think that, when the last Saints Row came out, like 2014.
It's still too soon.
It's like
it's too soon, as in like there's still too many games filling that open world niche.
Yeah,
it's like it's not like there's nothing else you can play.
Yeah,
so like it's going to come out and they'll be like, oh, this is just another one of these games.
Yeah,
and that'll be it. It's like you could have waited a few years until like they had stopped releasing one every fucking 8 months.
Yeah.
And then people maybe would be a wee bit more kind of like, yeah, right, this looks pretty good. But like if you watch the video of it, it just looks like
it looks crap.
It just looks so many other games. It's like it could be like a free to play MMO.
It looks like Fortnite.
It does look like Fortnite, but with like Fortnite with shittier driving.
Yeah.
Or with shitty drive. I don't know. Does Fortnite have driving in it?
It does technically. They have some vehicles in it and stuff now.
God. So yeah, who wants that?
Hello Neighbor 2, which is kind of like a
Oh yeah, that little indie game.
little indie game where you have to avoid being caught by your neighbor. You sneak around his house and try and find out a secret murder labyrinth for whatever the fuck it is.
Wife.
I don't think he has a wife.
No.
No,
Has he
don't think
murdered her?
so. He might
hasn't-
have.
I think in this one he'll have an unsatisfied wife.
And then you have to go
That
in
you
and
have to
finger
bust. You have to bust in. Just
bust in and bust in her.
Bust in, and then bust out again.
Bust in makes me feel good.
In this game, that could be the tagline.
Yeah.
Hello neighbor 2, busting makes me feel good.
Yeah. Should we go on to our next award?
Yeah. So yeah, COVID fucking sucks.
Yeah, COVID fucked us over.
I mean, like it ruined so many other things besides game
Besides games.
schedules. But this is a gaming show, so this is
So
why we're
it's what
talking
we're
about.
talking about,
This is
yeah.
why we're talking about this ruining games and not the fact that you couldn't go to the pub.
Yeah, which is awful, but you can live with it.
That's true.
I'll take games as well.
That's a fair point. Wow.
Oh,
Oh my god. Oh my god.
oh my God! What's the best studio?
Pigs and blankets. Hey, that's the wrong thing. That should be pigs and. No, I'm kidding.
You're the one that that's
Like, I made the wrong slide twice.
Oh, in a year where like games barely came out, Capcom kind of actually managed to pull out some fucking absolute crackers this year and avoided being a piece of shit.
In a year,
In a year where studios were being pieces of shit.
pulled down left, right, and center for like the pieces of fucking crap that they are. Like, I haven't heard a bad word said about Capcom.
No,
And
not at all.
They've kept it tight with the.
They've kept their games.
With their
They've kept
releases.
their games right. They've kept their employees safe, and they've also not harassed their employees and released amazing games. Who would have thought? Again, I'm really happy about this because like Capcom for years was like untouchable, like a great studio, and then they had a bit of a decline in the
They had a rough.
They
had a rough 360 PS3 era. They had
Yes.
what generation was that? Fifth?
Yeah,
Fourth?
fuck, I don't know.
Fourth?
I think it was
can't remember.
fifth, maybe.
Can't remember. They didn't fare well in the 360 era just because like they were just trying too much.
Yeah.
And they spread themselves a wee bit too thin.
Yeah.
And they had some like really shitty games, and they lost like
a lot
when
of
it's like when you play a Capcom game or like in the PS2 era Capcom games, you played a Capcom game, you knew it was a fucking Capcom game.
Yeah.
Just because it had like a certain like quality to it.
Yeah, it had like a-
and then like they just started buying stuff for the buying studios for like the 360, and then like they were releasing games. You're like, these are all kind of bad. Like,
Yeah.
like we're gonna try to appeal to America as much as possible.
Yes.
And then we got games like that fucking Bionic Commando remake. People
Yeah,
are like, what are you
fucking
doing?
trash.
What are you doing? This is terrible. You know it's terrible.
And then when they done right in the fighting scene, they then made it worse by putting the DLC on the disc and stuff.
They were big proponents of all that. Make them pay for it twice for a while, but I think they learned their lesson.
Capcom spectacularly learned a lesson, released a phenomenal games like Devil May Cry 5, fucking Resident Evil Village, Resident Evil 7 Biohazard. They've had just a stellar fucking run the last wee while.
They're doing well with Monster Hunter stuff.
Monster Hunter Rise, fucking incredible as well. Monster Hunter World, they have just been
If anything, like the only thing they've been stumbling on recently is still the fighting games. Like,
yeah, I think they
Street Fighter 5 didn't do too well.
didn't do too well. No,
Is it? Or do people like it now?
it's in a better place than it used to be.
Position, yeah.
That it's a better place than it used to be.
I liked Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite.
Yeah, I know you did.
I thought the fight was really fun.
Yeah. I know it started off shaky, but got better. Yeah. And again, just a year where like studios went like Quantic Dream, they've been pieces of shit to the point where like, what was it, David Cage? Is that the guy? Fucking
David Cage. Yeah.
David Cage just was like, took it like he was in the middle of a courtroom and had for a strop. And ran out of a courtroom like a petulant child when he was called out in his company for harassing his employees. It's like, I'm sorry, David Cage, maybe don't harass your fucking employees.
Oh, what's that? What's that sign? Is that accountability? Oh fuck, it is.
Oh no!
He's left. He's left. He's left the room. He's gone. Yeah, he's gone.
Yeah, he's gone.
Okay, he's gone. Yeah.
So that didn't happen, like, because Capcom for some reason just decided to be good employers compared to the rest of the fucking gaming world.
Yeah. For once, we also could have given this to I can never pronounce him. Ryogoku. But we also give it to them last year. We can't do it twice.
We can't do it twice. I would love to give it to. If it was my decision, I would have. I mean, if we didn't give it to Ryogoku last year, we would have given it to Ryogoku this year. But
Capcom have done well. They've done well. If anyone in the chat works for Capcom, just give yourself a wee
pat in the back. Just one of those. Just one of those. Like,
or if you're still working remotely, then like a digital high five.
Yeah, digital high five. You know,
high five.
Those ones, like, so good. Like you. All we hear is Rio Gaku.
We're talking about Capcom.
But so you loved Village. We need to get a playthrough of Village at some point. Done.
That was another PS5 game.
PS5 game. Yep, Village.
I knew there was more than one. I knew there was more than one
in the Village. So yeah,
Big Mommy's Village.
Big Mommy's Village.
So yeah, a fun year for games. For all 5 of them that came out.
For all 5 games that came out, fun year.
For all of the 72,000 indie games that came out. Is it on PS4 as well? Fuck. All right, never mind. We got one. Oh my God! Who's going to get it?
Who's going to get it?
Who's the worst?
Who's the worst? Watch
your cons. Oh shit!
Still saying the wrong thing.
I didn't do that. You didn't do that. I didn't do it.
You didn't do that. You didn't do it.
I didn't do it.
I can fix it though.
I didn't do it. It's Ryo Goku Doku. Is that like Goku's brother?
That is. You know what it is? It's just got the wrong asset applied. I can fix that.
Scumbag.
It's okay. You want to know why?
What's that?
I can change it here. There we go. Bam. Fixed. There's always going to be technical bugs.
We're a 2-man team here. You got to give us a fucking break, or you got to give us a break, or you got to give us money. Are you 2 options? All right. So don't bitch.
It's fine. It's one button that probably wasn't updated correctly. That's it. It happens.
He explained. It's all good.
But anyway,
Activision Blizzard. What a bunch of cons.
So I was looking through, like, we obviously, this is the obvious choice. Like, we had a year where, like, Quantic Dream shit the bed quite early on. Ubisoft have been shitting the bed consistently and been showing the shit the bed pretty consistently at the start of the year.
Yeah.
And it was kind of like Ubisoft, you're fucking up left, right, center.
This could have been a tie.
But no. They won it by a landslide, and I'll explain why in a second. So it was one of those ones where it's like, oh yeah, Ubisoft, man, you really fucked up here, didn't you? And like, you got outed by a French press for not going and doing the things you said you were going to do.
That's right.
You just reshuffled some board directors. That's a bit shit.
It's like the Catholic Church.
It's just like the
you pedo over here.
Just over here. Going to this diocese, they'll not know you're here. And then Blizzard just decided. Activision Blizzard decided to go. I see what you're doing over there, Ubi. Let us Activision Blizzard it. And they took everything that Ubi was doing and just fucking took it to like 10 times worse, the extreme.
They Activisioned it.
They Activisioned it. They fucking franchised the idea of sexual assault.
Oh, so it keeps getting a yearly update.
It keeps getting
a yearly release. I got it yearly.
Honestly, going through it. So like, I'm not a proponent of Kotaku, right? But Kotaku done this wonderful breakdown of like,
here's everyone a Blizzard or Activision employee has molested over the year.
But they were like, here's the timeline of the events of the Activision Blizzard harassment and legal issues regarding all of this here, and who has stepped down, who's been fucking fired, who's been reshuffled, what new information came. And they had a master article that linked to 25 different other articles.
No, was it one of those ones where like this article is being constantly updated, so please check back for more info or something like that?
Back in it, it's just like, oh my god, it got bigger.
Update 9. We find someone else.
It got bigger, and like we're talking like it got worse and worse. Like you're talking about like the fact that the abuse was happening in the first place in Activision Blizz. You're talking about the Cosby room. You're talking about the fucking goddamn fact that they then had people like literally fucking have to be reshuffled and sent into different places when they said that they were fired when they weren't. You're talking about the fact that then ex-Blizzard staff were then leaving. Big heads, like the guy who overlooked Overwatch fucking left the company because he's like, look, yous are fucked up and I don't want anything to do with you.
Did he do the dirty, or did he just leave? Because
he just leave. No, nothing's ever bad came out about him. He's like, I'm just gone. Fuck this.
It's like, I'm sick of looking at you.
I'm fucking gone. Because nothing's ever came out about him.
Yeah.
Nothing's ever came out about him. He's been pretty clean. But like everyone else has been just like fucking just like, look at this motherfucker. Timelines on the events. The idea of like the idea of creating fucking labor movements. The fucking legal.
they're super anti-union, right?
Yeah, they're super anti-union. Then Activision's attempts to try and union fucking stump, and then the fact that Bobby Kotick fucking phoned up an employee and threatened to get them killed.
That's right.
Threatened to literally murder one of his employees and left an answer machine message. It just kept getting worse, and it's still ongoing.
The funny thing is,
still
like,
ongoing.
The way I see it, as far as like Activision is Blizzard is concerned, is like Activision is fucking over. It's Activision's fucking over its own employees, and then Blizzard are fucking over its own customers. So between the two of them, they've just got all their bases covered. They've got everything covered.
It's a fucking shit show that company made, and that's one of the reasons why I can't.
You would have to say it's probably all Activision's fault though, because like even like I don't mean that. I mean as in like Activision bought Blizzard and then moved Activision staff into Blizzard, so Blizzard became just another arm of Activision, and the people who made Blizzard left. So like
to an extent, but there was a culture of Blizzard shit going on there that existed a little bit before the actual merger fully took place. So there could be something to be said, but the fact that there was still people of toxic attitudes and mentalities were in Blizzard, and because the Activision way of dealing with these people was non-existent,
to not deal with them, or just say they had dealt with them and then do nothing.
It never got rectified. So
it's
like,
he's been fired. It's like, well, he's right there. It's like, what are you talking about? He has a mustache.
He's just a team lead over there.
Yeah, he has a mustache on. That's a completely different guy. It's like just some guy with like a fake mustache and a hat
rubbing someone else's shoulders.
Just like, what are you talking about? No one gets sexually harassed here.
It's one of those ones.
Samantha, shut the fuck up.
It's one of those things as well. Like it came out like they were kind of like going, oh yeah, these employees are not coming out. Like it's like, but and then someone tried to say it's like, typical, these girls coming out saying they got harassed because they wanted payday. It's like, and then so it's like, no males came forward to help out their sexual harassment they've dealt with in the company, and it's like, shut the fuck up, dickhead. You're just trying to you're trying to fucking make this into a narrative. It's not, and you just got shown that it's not the fucking case. Shut the fuck up.
Here's the door.
Here's the fuck.
Here's the bin.
People on Twitter who think they know better. It's like, oh yeah, it's just people looking for like legal action payouts. Like, nah, mate, you kind of made a bad. You thought you were having a hot take here, and it was lukewarm at best, and now suddenly you look like a dickhead.
You look like a cunt.
Yeah, you look like a stupid cunt.
A wonderful cunt. I like actually have Activision Blizzard, have they made a stance on NFTs yet?
Not yet, but just give it a fucking month or two.
We'll discuss NFTs a little bit later on because that's also on our list of bugaboos.
Transphobe DLC comes into Activision.
I wonder what game would they put the Transphobe DLC on? Probably like a NASCAR game.
Probably,
like NASCAR 2021A. They're the first half of the year, and then they release the second half B at the end of the thing, and then like the B will come with like the transphobe and the anti-Muslim DLC. Yeah, it's a NASCAR game, and that's where that goes.
But yeah, it's just one of those ones where like it's been such a shit show of a fucking company. Like, and I mean, again, this hurts me a lot as well because a lot of my fondest memories and some of my favorite franchises came from Blizzard.
It's not the same company anymore.
It's not the same company anymore, surely, but like, it hurts me as a
you don't want to see your kind of like your franchises just pulled through the mud like that.
Yeah. And like, and this is the worst part as well. It's like, we're always trying to say this here. It's like, it's not everyone in the company.
Oh yeah.
It's sadly just the people who are in charge, and it's the people with power, and that's the problem.
You don't see like some fucking junior programmer's not going to come in and just start like,
yeah.
No, it's like, you know, her line manager or like her team lead or something like that.
Yeah, they're fucking, they're CEOs. Yeah. They're fucking. They're fucking project leads. They're fucking.
Did I not read like a couple weeks ago that Bobby Kotick said that he would quit if they could come up with like a good enough reason for him to quit or something like that?
Oh, he did, and a very good reason came out, and he didn't.
Yeah, well, there you go. Yeah, but like the
threatening a member of staff that they're going to be murdered.
I would be very surprised if Bobby Kotick has ever actually been in the building. You know, like I doubt. I mean, like, he's not there looking over fucking code every day. Like, he's in an office in fucking Manhattan somewhere looking over multi-billion-dollar portfolios. He doesn't give a fuck about anyone.
No, he does. He probably comes into the studio once a year to look over. It's like, what part of this division can we close?
Probably, yeah. He would go from like the front door of whatever office he's in to the boardroom and then leave again. Like, he's hardly fucking walking about being like, oh, that's some nice 3D modeling you've got going there.
No, he's
like, I'm not making eye contact with any of you fucking people. I don't fucking care about you. I'm literally here for the money.
It's like, I'm here to look at a spreadsheet that lets me fire at least 5% of you.
Yeah, he doesn't give a fuck about games at all. Like, he was like, well, what will I do when I quit, you'll just move into some other fucking management.
You quit. You got more money than fucking sense.
Fourth richest person on the planet or whatever. You can just quit.
You know what you could do? You could just give your money away and be a nice person, but you
Throw
don't
yourself
yourself
in front of a moving train that we've shat on. Because that's what we're talking
Yeah, because we're going to get our trans shade, which is again, just in case that sounds insensitive, that's a relation to
TransLink, which is the train
company,
service here.
not our transgender.
We're not shitting on trans people.
No, just got to make that very clear in case there's any communication or
We'll call it track shit.
track shit. Yeah,
Hashtag track shit.
but yes, what a terrible fucking studio. It can go and burn in a
Fuck that
fucking
studio.
fire.
Let's move on to some more positive ones.
Yeah.
This is one's very near and dear.
I have the fear of God. It's not going to work now.
Near and dear to my heart.
But we'll see.
Someone mentioned earlier on, it's Ratchet and Clank. It's ripped apart. Oh yeah.
It worked.
Are you going to be looking out for everyone?
I'm looking out for one. He's not to make sure it doesn't fuck up. Yeah. Actually, yeah, you saw fuck all. Yeah, fuck all of them.
I'm pretty sure we had EA and Ubisoft last year.
We did, and again, it's one of those ones where we're like,
They could have been in here again.
Could have been it, but you know what? It means they can come back in next year.
It's true. Take a year off, come back in. This was like, I love me some fucking like Ratchet and Clank. There's like, this could have been a few games. I can't be voting Okami again. It's just like it's a HD remake of an older game. So it's like I could put fucking Wind Waker in here and people will be like, yeah, sure. But yes, also play Okami, everyone.
Everyone should play Okami at least once.
Because it's great. This is like one of the very few games that I was playing. I was like, yep, this looks like a PS5 game.
Yep.
Like the particle effects, lighting, character models were just fucking great in it. Done like really, really good fur that games still can't do.
Yep.
Really a lot. It was just like, it was really colorful. All the effects looked great. You couldn't tell when it was like in and out of a cutscene.
Yeah.
All the levels looked great. It was just like, even though it was fairly easy and it was fairly short, but the whole time I was playing it, I was like, oh, I've got just a chub here. Just looks so good. That was not because of her.
the whole dimensional shift in how it worked so fluidly, just wonderful. It's like, oh, this is a loading screen. Oh, this is not loading.
Oh shit, no, I'm playing that.
No,
Yeah, I think the whole thing ran at 60 as well.
The whole thing ran at 60. Yeah,
So-
it all comes down to SSD technology and stuff. So it's like, it's just because they're able to feed the information to literally the chips and the graphics at exponential speeds. It's been a whole thing of our DNA too and how it works. For this game made the most of ray tracing. Yeah,
I suppose like one of the few games that actually even fucking bothered to use it.
I mean, I've got a version of Ghost of Tsushima for the PS5 that I'm looking forward to getting back into over after we get through Vampire the Masquerade. I'm keen to see what that does.
Is that new?
Yes. It's a new copy. You're not taking it. I haven't played it yet.
I might buy that.
Oh, okay. And it has all the DLC.
I didn't play any DLC.
All the DLC. And
that was really fucking good.
Yeah, so you got like the weird Legends one, where it's multiplayer, where you and then also the whole new island, Aki Island.
Oh, that could be what I move on to.
Yeah.
What am I playing at the minute? Bought Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. You know and beat it in one day.
One day. That does not surprise me.
Did everything in one day.
Let me tell you how that does not surprise me. That does not surprise me. SSD stands for sexy sex definition. Yes, that's.
I think that could be like. You could start putting that on boxes. I think PS5 games like only to be played in the sexy sex definition.
Yeah, that's. I mean, that's the only way I want. That's the only definition I feel comfortable in.
The slutty sexy definition. But yeah, I fucking love this game. I thought it looked great. I'm sure like if anyone has PS5 and you haven't played it, it's kind of cheap now. So just like knock it on and you could finish it in a weekend.
Yeah,
but it does look really good, especially if you're in your kind of like things that lean heavily into like. We're going for an art style and we're fucking sticking with it.
Yeah, and the gameplay is still fucking.
It was still a really great Ratchet and Clank game. A bit short, but I had fun with it.
I completed it in one session.
I think I completed it over a weekend, but I've done everything.
I made a point. I was like, I'm going to sit down and I'm going to start this game, and I am not stopping this stream until I finish this game.
Did you just like kind of fire through the story mode,
the whole thing, start to finish? One stream.
I was like,
one stream took me 10 hours.
I was like, I'm not leaving this planet until I get all these gold boats. Like, I didn't stop. It was like unlocking all these cheats, fucking leveling up all these weapons, fucking doing everything.
It's one of those ones where like I wasn't trying to make a point with it. I was just like,
you could do it. It was like I'm challenging myself.
I'm just like, I want to see if I can sit down and do this, because also I think I had like a pretty planned schedule at this point. Sure. Toward the end of the year it didn't, but like the start of the year I was like, I have a lot to get through.
Fucking come out.
Yeah, and then I was like, okay, well, I heard this game's not going to be the longest game in the world. And then I asked someone who had played it, it's like, how long could you have this played? They're like, between like 8 and 10 hours. Like, so you're saying I could do this in one stream? It's like, yeah, if you tried to, I bet you could. Like, okay then. I'm gonna do this in one stream. And I think I went from like maybe about 2 in the afternoon right to 12 at night.
Ooh.
Just went free straight in one stream.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year indeed.
Did it. Street countdown. I should probably keep looking.
Yeah,
Make sure I'm looking. I've got I finger the right button and then look away.
So my best art styles going for Darkest Dungeon 2, which is a game I was playing today. And oh my god, I love Darkest Dungeon a lot. And Darkest Dungeon 2, just oh my god, the art style in those games is great as it is, but like they've somehow managed to do that 2.5D thing, and I'm like, oh, it's kind of sexy, isn't it?
Darkest Dungeon 2 is definitely 3D. Like they've moved to 3D.
It looked well. It still has the 2D animation, the fights and stuff.
But it's like the way the first one was 2D art.
Yeah,
they're 3D models now.
It looks 2D though.
It doesn't.
It really. I was playing it, so I've
seen footage of it.
Like when you're in the fights, they move like 2D.
I can see why they've done it. It's like you can get more out of them. Obviously, if you're dealing with 3D models than like 2D artwork. But I prefer the 2D artwork. But they do look good though.
They look incredible. Big thing in this one. So obviously, this one works on the idea of
you're not jerking two guys. You're
not jerking two guys.
You're whipping two horses.
You're not going into like okay, I'm going to go into the random cathedral tonight. No, you're literally, the whole thing is like you start in like this carriage, horse and carriage, and you and your party just go down this winding road, and you can pick narrative paths and stuff.
Yeah,
If I go down this way, there's a chance I could encounter this, but then if I go this way, I encounter this, and it's a roguelite kind of RPG. Super brutal, super amazing. I can tell you how to get it super cheap if you want.
Steal someone.
No.
Steal someone up who has a copy.
So people don't like the Epic Store. I get it, right? But if
free?
No. What you do is, right, you go into the Epic Store, right? You download the right now they have like all the Tomb Raider games for free, like the newest ones. You can just download them for free, right? When you download them for free, you get this £10 coupon to spend on any game on their store. The game is already down from $30 to $20. It will automatically apply the $10 coupon you've just got for downloading some free games anyway,
right?
And then you'll get the game for $11. So if you want to get this game for like $11, and I recommend you fucking should, that's how you do it. Go onto the Epic Store, download yourself some fucking literally Lara Croft games for free.
Download yourself some White Savior.
Get yourself a decent taste of White Savior, and then you'll get a free coupon for $10 off, and then you can get this game for like literally $10.
Like the funny thing is I had legitimately forgotten about the Epic Store until you just said the words.
Yeah,
go to the Epic Store.
Yeah,
I've been on the Epic Store in like 2 years.
So that's the thing, because they'll give you that coupon. Because like the idea is that you bought stuff and you get a £10 coupon. Now it's like, no, I didn't buy it.
Yeah. What if you already have those Tomb Raider games? Will it still let you download them?
Well, I mean, no, I guess not. But not a lot of people have went to the Epic Store.
Not a lot of people have bought them from the Epic Store. Then
yeah,
I think. So
yeah.
There you go.
So if you have them on like Steam and stuff, you could still redeem them from the Epic Store and then get your 10 coupon. So that's a way of doing it. Main thing I didn't like about Dark Souls is stuff that I'll have to just play more to get over. Is your party wipes, you lose all your progress you've made. Wasn't living in the party classes. Yeah, so that's a thing. It's a bit more roguelite-y.
I've read a few things that like kind of they changed some of the fundamentals.
Yeah,
but I mean, they had to, otherwise it just would have been the same game again.
Yeah.
But in 3D.
But it's a roguelite in the sense that as you play, you level up your score. Like you get like a thing level, and as you get a participation level, it unlocks more. Like it's a weird
participation trophy. There you go.
But like you get this kind of like it's like sort of user level, and the higher user level you get, you unlock more variable characters to bring into your party, and then vary up your characters.
Sure.
And vary up your party. So they even say at the start of the game, like, don't be discouraged if you die in your first round or even your 10th round of this year, because this is not a game about where you're going to win in one go. This is a game where you're going to have
you're coming back,
and they give you that warning straight up.
Right.
It's a roguelite. It's a roguelite RPG.
Okay, fair enough.
But
I'll give it a go.
But if you want to get it for super cheap, that is the way to get it super cheap.
Oh shit, the two pandas are conversing in the street. Aye, Gloria. Tara was telling me about Matt earlier on. That's another January 1st
That's
another bad January 1st, right?
Yeah. I'll never play this game because I personally really don't like it. That's fine. But again, you can also apply that methodology if you just want to get any game cheap on Epic Store.
That's true.
You don't have to use it. It's just I just know that will get you that game for like $10. But I mean, like if there's another game that was, heavily reduced during the sale, and you can get our
store.
Most things are on
Is it
Epic
not
Store.
just games that are made by Epic?
No. Like it's pretty much like Steam.
Oh.
So I mean, if you want to get like, they already have a winter sale going, and if you want to get an extra $10, again, just claim some games for free, get a £10 voucher.
I've bought one game on the Steam sale at the minute. Do you want to know what it is?
What's that?
I bought a copy of Bus Simulator for Mikey,
Oh really?
so he can use this because he got that sweet ass wheel.
Yes.
And then He also got a shifter as well.
Right.
So he's just gonna be sitting in his room, just shifting the fuck out of himself.
Just shifting the fuck.
Shifting
makes him feel good.
Shifting makes me feel good.
But yeah, that was my favorite art for this year. I'm enjoying. I might. Darkest Dungeon 2 might be one I might bring to stream at some point.
I remember the first one done.
I enjoyed it a lot.
Quite well
on
for
stream,
you as
and
well, yeah.
we just had a bunch of crack with it. It was like we knew that we were going to die a lot, and we knew that all was going to be lost here and there, and it happens.
I don't think of any other kind of honorable art mentions for games that look really good this year. Hellmall looked really good.
Hellmall looked good.
Yeah. That's right. I suppose like the indie games this year was where all like the kind of the nice art stuff was coming from. I know like people would probably say like Hades, but I don't know. I thought it looked a wee bit like they lost a little bit of their kind of like the artwork on their games had Supergiant had a little bit more kind of like, this looks like an indie game, and now it kind of like Hades looked a wee bit like we needed to make some shortcuts because we're making a bigger game than we really wanted to. And I was like, didn't really like. If anything, Disco Elysium was a better looking version of like a top down fucking 2D scroller or like a 2D game than Hades was. So like Disco Elysium was all like kind of like really weird painted backgrounds, like harsh abstract shapes everywhere, and like all the characters were like really ugly looking in like a really cool, interesting way. Yeah. So I probably would have I haven't played it yet though, so that's why I didn't put it in there. Yeah. But it did look very good. I've seen like a lot of footage of it being played. It was like, fuck me.
Metroid Dread had a good art style as well. It had a great art style as well.
Did it actually like look? Did it play like? Did it move well and all? Like animate well and everybody looked good or?
Yeah. Animated great. It looked really well. 30 frames a second because obviously it's Nintendo Switch, but it looked great. Darkest Dungeon's also good. Yeah, the first one's on Game Pass, so like the first Darkest Dungeon's on Game Pass. I don't know if the second one is though. I don't think the second one is, but the first one is, and it's great.
It's Maggie's in the chat.
Hey Maggie.
Kono, what the fuck does Kono key? So we Liverpudlians in it.
Oh, okay.
Good strong Liverpudlian accents in Disco Elysium.
Darkest Dungeon though. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just enamored with that game.
Right, we're moving on. We're moving on to another naughty one.
Another naughty one.
Yeah, we're that far.
Oh wow, okay.
So we're gonna have to slow down a bit. Yeah, we can slow down a bit.
We could have honestly it's one of those ones where like this could have been Activision Blizzard. It really could have been like, but like NFTs, man.
We're not going to put them in twice. Yeah, what a terrible idea. Just from top to bottom. I just don't understand it.
I've never saw a stupider idea in my life.
Right click, save as. No, you're not like don't do that. You're not allowed to do that. Like, well, you can't stop me. You literally can't stop me.
It's like it's 1 second. I'm going to spend like hundreds of thousands in Ethereum and then use that Ethereum on a shitty JPEG. And even then, the Ethereum, I don't like crypto.
Yeah,
I don't like crypto.
It's you know what? We're back to Star Citizen again.
Yeah,
it's also untangible. You just can't. You can't tell me that this is worth this much money just because you've decided that it is.
The worst part is like minting these NFTs cost like the average cost of the average amount of electricity that takes to an average person would use for a year. Yeah. So as these things are getting minted, we're just just negligently wasting energy.
What does minting an NFT actually mean? Because I don't fucking know.
It basically means that you're taking the image and you're trying to encode it with a certain type of code that puts it onto the blockchain.
Right, and so the physical
attaches it to the Ethereum blockchain.
Right, and that's literally doing everyone harm.
Yes. Because literally it takes an instrument of electricity that is the equivalent of a fucking year's household of electricity to fucking do.
So fucking stupid. It's like, I've had a couple of people be like, no, this is why NFTs are really good. And like, just like the weird, just, they're a gymnast based on the amount of like back, like they're just scrambling all over themselves just to be like, no, this is a really good idea. And it always just comes down to, I've invested my money in this, therefore it has to be a good idea. Because if it's not a good idea and I've invested my money in it, then that means I'm an idiot, and I'm not an idiot, so therefore it's a good idea. And that's their own. That's the only one thing. Why are Blizzard emailing you?
Confirmation of Blizzard services.
Blizzard, get out of this fucking
shit. I'm our chat right now.
Chat.
Blizzard, fuck off. I don't want to talk to you.
Go away. You know what you done. You know
what you fucking done, Blizzard. Fuck away off.
And at the basic level, an NFT is a digital receipt that you buy, which has a link to a picture that you claim to own the picture, but you don't. You own the receipt.
Yeah.
Right. So you own the link then,
pretty
not
much.
the picture.
You pretty much own the link of the link to the blockchain, and that's about it. Because anyways, you said anyone can screenshot, anyone can copy, anyone can right click and save as.
Like every 2 days, there'll be a fucking image of someone on Twitter being like, like at Twitter, it's like, this guy saved my NFT, ban him. You're like, what world are you living in that you think that this is a reasonable course of action, that you're shouting at someone from like just right clicking and hitting save as? Like, you posted it on Twitter. What did you think they were going to do? And also, why would anyone want to save a picture of your shitty monkey?
Yeah, they're really
stupid.
I love that Doom. Ever see that Doom mod? It's just basically a person taking pictures of NFTs.
I have not seen that.
It's so good. Someone just made a Doom mod. It's just like, and it's just a picture of a Doom guy holding the camera, and he's going around taking a picture of shitty monkeys.
See, the funny thing is like, I've seen a couple people be like, why is all the NFT artwork so shit?
Yeah.
And it's a very simple reason, because no actual artist has agreed to make them. Because you're like, this is a terrible idea. You're monetizing like everything except the art. It's like the experience of like not getting someone to commission you, but it's like making a Dropbox link. Now I cost you £10,000. I don't care what the link's to, but it's my link and you have to use it. You're like, this is just stupid. It's like no reasonable artists are agreeing to do it, because they're just going to get all their work stole anyway.
There you go. There's another thing. You can centralize to the fucking blockchain, which is the fucking point. And here's the thing as well, like,
so you can't even prove that you own one.
No. It's such a tangible fuck up. It's such a tangible fuck up that is costing the environment.
Yeah,
so much fucking goddamn environmental.
The people who are into NFTs obviously don't give a shit about that.
People who love NFTs, right? People who love NFTs are people who are trying to make money quickly off people.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That's all it is, right? And this is the thing I've hated about crypto. I've often asked and tried to look into, it's like, why do people like crypto?
Yeah.
And someone tried to explain it to me. It's like, well, crypto's kind of like this digital stock. And I'm like, okay, but what's the stock attached to?
Nothing.
Like, well, what do you mean? It's like, well, stocks are attached to something. It's like, no, they're not. It's just money you invest in something. It's like, yes, but what? Yeah, you're right. So you've hit it on the head. Invested in something.
Yeah.
What is the crypto? What is the tangible resource that the crypto is attached to? It's like, what? Nothing. It's like, but right. So that's not a stock. Then it's like, well, yeah, it is, because our stocks work. No. Let me tell you how it's not how stocks work. Stocks are literally
tied to a tangible thing.
Tangible things, like a company that makes products, that makes a profit based off the production of physical objects or the sale of physical objects.
Yeah.
There is a fucking portfolio of actual profit being made in real world based on real world services and real world production. Your fucking crypto doesn't have that.
You can't tell me what's at the end of Dogecoin. You know what's at the end of Dogecoin? Nothing.
You know, see, if I buy stocks in Coca-Cola, guess what's at the end of it? A tin of Coke.
1 tin of Coke. That's about what we could afford, I think.
Trace this Coke stock to the fucking tin of Coke.
Yeah.
But I can't trace the Bitcoin anywhere.
The funny thing is like the NFTs, they're a direct result of the whole GameStop stock thing, because people were like, it was the people who had a very basic understanding of what a stock is. We're like, we can just like, well, I can't get any GameStop stuff, so we'll just make our own. And then they tied it to like, well, if you buy this picture, then it's like kind of the same thing as having like some stock in GameStop, but it's like you have stock in this picture and this picture's worth this much money because we say it is.
Yeah.
But it's all a big get rich quick scheme, but it's just doing everyone so much fucking harm that it's just a terrible idea. Like people have said like, oh, I've made a fortune from NFTs, and you're just like, prove it. prove that you've made money from NFTs, because hard.
It's like, look at all my Ethereum went and cashed out.
What can you do with a cryptocurrency? Like, if you try to cash it out, well, they'll be like, well, no, you have to wait until we have the actual hard capital to give you back.
Yeah, it's like it's
you're stuck in there forever.
It's like it's once I've made all this money. It's all tied into a currency that no one can actually. Like, I've never heard of anyone actually cashing out on the crypto. They put money into the crypto. Yeah. I've never heard them cash out.
The e-waste that comes from it is astronomical too, as the cards used, usually GPUs, cannot be reused as gaming cards, and they have to be trashed and either recycled or landfilled, which is also like that takes a lot of stuff to do. Like, it's not that you don't just stick it in a big recycling machine. No, it's a big fucking smelting plant that's on all the time, and it's also
you have to melt down the boards, you have to strip out the parts, you have to maybe you can reuse some of the transistors and some of the diodes and stuff, but like
have to be separated, and then all that fucking shit's going on. Yeah,
the NFT girlfriends with their own personality still doesn't feel real to me.
What is this?
Katie was telling us about this last week.
Oh god, is there more?
There's NFT girlfriends. It's a whole concept. It's fucky.
Is it a drawing of the monkey with a pair of tits?
It could be. I've never seen one personally.
Yeah, I've never seen an NFT girlfriend.
I really haven't.
What is it?
If Katie wants to drop knowledge on you,
Katie, could you explain this NFT girlfriends thing? Because this sounds ridiculous.
It's kind of like when I read it, I was like,
Is this just another weird online thing? That
it's one of those things you kind of read it and you're kind of like, this doesn't seem right. There's something that just seems to be a little bit, I don't know.
I told you there was always a sexual angle.
That's pretty much true about anything. There's always a sexual angle.
Oh, you don't know what a girl? It's like, what's a girlfriend? This is a digital girlfriend. Is this like VTubers? Have they found a way to monetize VTubers? Well,
VTubers are already monetized. They're content creators.
They literally monetize themselves.
Yeah. That's like
Is that what it is? They definitely say they're getting doubly scammed. Pay me to be your girlfriend on paper and nothing else. So is it just like literally I'll be your girlfriend on like Twitter or something?
Oh no.
Oh no. God, people are stupid if they're falling for that. Like, but fair play. If you're like, fair enough, I'm gonna make a wee bit of money off this idiot.
If he's so disingenuous,
it's all so bad. It's just top down, just top to bottom.
It just feels like so disingenuous.
It's so their own personalities that are based off real women. People have spent millions on them. So it's someone pretending to be a set of personalities. It's not
based
even
on the NFT you buy.
It's on the NFT you buy. So it's not even like, oh, I'm giving you money to be my digital girlfriend. Is it I'm giving you money to act like this person,
or act like this person exists?
God, that's just pathetic. This is horrible. This is just a whole horrible.
I want to hit my head off a wall.
Not good.
I want to hit my head off a wall.
I don't think us starting a petition would do anything.
Like, who we're going to
mostly because petitions don't do anything.
Like, who we're going to petition? Like, the government doesn't fucking know what.
Tony Blair.
It's like one of the things. Like, I go.
Oh no, it's Bojo, right?
Bojo's going to look. I go, can I NFT the NHS? And I don't want to give him that idea. And I don't want to give him that idea. Hannah.
He would start trying to like monetize nurses somehow. Because they don't pay them.
Like, don't know. Like, I get the idea of a bit of activism, but like, I think activism has to have like a reasonable start and end point with some tangible, actual fucking, results that could be had.
They're purely digital. Anime waifus. Oh dear God. Digital body pillows. This is just the saddest. This is the saddest thing I've heard all year. Because it's January 1st.
Yeah, true.
Start a petition and then sell it as an NFT. An anti-NFT position being sold as an NFT.
That's what will happen.
Probably
that will happen, and I'm just not here for it.
Could we make NFTs of ourselves?
I don't want. Let's never do that.
You could pay us to be your digital boyfriend.
I will step away from the show the day that we start making I know this will never ever happen. Woo! Right? But if there ever came a point where this channel was involved in NFTs, I would delete the channel.
So stupid.
I would. That's like, our passion. I'm against
seeing
NFTs.
As one of us is an artist, that's definitely not fucking happening anytime soon.
I know. I'm just saying.
I'm surely I've probably already had some work stole.
Oh, easily
somewhere like.
Easily. there's like a whole thing on like they've been going for like DeviantArt, because of course they have,
right,
and been taking like things from DeviantArt and minting them and shit.
It's funny, so I assume that they went in there, right click, saved as, and then minted it, and then if someone right clicks and saved as, like, you can't do that. It's my content.
It's something I put on the blockchain.
It's certainly not.
Certainly
not at all. It's like, just ignore that artist signature that I tried to badly scrub out of it.
Yeah, it's like that thing that I've just purely like screenshotted like around it.
Fucking idiots.
Don't you fucking dare right click and save that as.
Save that as. I know.
Wow.
We're going next. We've got a positive one next.
Yes.
This is I'm pretty sure. I think he's still.
I mean, I'm pretty sure he's still here.
Bam! Oh, what's that?
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh, it's our favorite.
It's our favorite content girl. Oh!
We definitely should have had like music. Like, hey.
Yeah, we should have had music. Yeah, it's one of those things where like obviously like, you know,
it's him.
It's him. I know it's him.
It's him.
I thought you're pointing at that guy done something wrong. You pointed at me at first. I was like, what did I do? I don't know.
You're my favorite content creator besides Ocean.
How the fuck do I follow NFTs? That's a good question.
You're better.
How do you follow NFTs? That's a great question. Why don't you put this on screen? Show you how you follow NFTs.
What if Ocean was our digital boyfriend?
What if he was our digital boyfriend? But yes, let's hear some words from the actual like winner himself here. How about that?
Bam.
Bam.
We don't even have to do anything this segment. He'll do all the talking for us.
Oh my god.
Started.
I did because I'm a dickhead.
Oh my god. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Oh my god, I'm really sorry. I'm so nervous right now. Oh, yeah, the award. Thank you. Oh, I almost forgot for a second. Thank you very much. Presented to Kingfish Ocean for being PvP's favorite content creator. We did it, Dad. We did it. I just want to.
You call us Dad?
No, he's on his own dad.
I just want to say thank you to PvP, to player versus player, and player versus dice for that matter, for making me their favorite content creator. It's a huge honor. You don't know how much this means to me. And I also want to give a quick shout out to all
we'll just put him here.
Chat, doing all the good work. Absolutely. Doing God's work, all of you. Hell yeah. And just everybody in the chat. You know what? You're breathtaking. You're breathtaking. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Oh my god.
That was a video that was sent over from Mr. Ocean for us. We want to thank him a lot for that there. Yes, in this year, guys, we've been like obviously watching a lot of content creators and whatnot, and obviously inspired by a lot of content creators. And I think it's fair to say that in like Ocean has definitely been like one of the biggest like inspirations to us as a fellow content creator. True. That's one of those ones like we can't tangibly give like these companies awards or like recognition because like their profits do that.
Yeah.
Even when they fuck up, they still make millions and millions, you know?
Yeah.
But like people like Ocean who you can post a gift.
Oh yes, that's right. Yes, we got him an actual award. So yeah. Post away.
So it's one of those ones where like obviously with Ocean being just an incredible content creator for like this year for us, has been just incredible to see kind of flourish and change and evolve, because he does so much different content. The stuff I've been really enjoying this last year has been actually the stuff that he's been working on where he's like sort of entertainment in the month.
Oh yeah,
stuff
they're
where
good.
Where it's like he's branched out from just purely gaming content, where he actually goes for, hey, look at what I've actually watched, read, or played in the last month. Like games are still there in a factor, in a form, but it's one of those ones where it's like, hey, you know what? Actually, here's some fucking cool anime. Here's some cool movies. Here's some fucking cool TV shows. Maybe you should go fucking check them out, and you fucking should go check them out.
I just like staring at them.
And again, it's one of those ones where like it's one of those ones where like he has several different channels. I'm going to try and get links to those all now because obviously I was a fool and did not have the links ready, but that's
see, this is the thing. I run into this problem quite a lot where you just get fishing channels.
You do get a lot of fishing channels. That's why we want to try and make sure that we so we got a few links here. Obviously this is the first link we're going to put in. This is the main channel where he's been doing a lot of his like full playthroughs and whatnot. He's actually going for a Judgment at the minute, where you can actually get his perspective and his take on the Judgment series. Nice, lovely, big, beefy, long episodes as well. So if you like long form content to kind of keep you going for over, if you're working on a project, you're doing some bits and bobs, you just want to see some just some good background content and some good games there. Sort of the skits and the more sort of multifunctional content, especially stuff like the month in entertainment. You can find it right here as well. So we've got a few channels there for Ocean. Yeah, like I mean, the guy's just been stellar. And again, it's someone that we don't think gets enough credit.
Yeah, I want to give him a hug.
I want to give him a big hug. Like we put a lot of effort into this channel, but the effort he puts into his channel is wild. Like the skit comedy and stuff. Lo just puts us to shame sometimes when it comes to the effort.
If we had the time or effort to film stuff, we would just copy him.
We would like we'd be honest with be looking at going like, so how do we put that shit into our show? But we wouldn't do that there, because that's straight plagiarism.
It's straight plagiarism.
That's just straight plagiarism. But yeah, we did send him for a plaque though as well.
We got him a wee actual award. Figured like there's no point just saying like, oh, you're the best, and then not giving him anything.
Yeah,
everyone likes to win something.
Yeah,
for Christ's sake.
Yeah.
So, cheers.
But yes,
thank you, Ocean. Big kisses from the boys.
Big kisses indeed. But please, I put the links into the chat. Please go over and hit the subscribe button. Please do. Like, you need to go over. You need to subscribe to those channels. Check out his fucking content. It's fucking incredible.
Wait until we're done and then go watch some of his stuff.
I'd say marathon it.
Yeah, or you know what? Just go. It's fine. We'll wait.
We'll wait. While you marathon, we'll be here for the next 25 hours. Why did you
hit that intro again?
This is why I was worried you're going to hit buttons wrong, was you just hit whatever you just don't think you just hit buttons.
I just saw a game in the air and pressed it. Okay, no, okay. Well, I know. It's all right. We're still good.
Yes, the plaque is on Discord. You want to check the plaque?
Oh, do we want to put it on?
Oh, yes. Actually, I can put it up here. Yeah.
I have to get it out of this folder again. Hold on. We've got a very complicated setup at the minute that I'm just seconds away from fucking up. I'm okay. We're okay. It turned out well. I hadn't seen it yet. We didn't.
It's in our Discord, Panda.
Does he not know we have a Discord?
Does he not?
I have no idea.
We talk about it regularly.
I mean, like everybody's got.
But yeah, that's good old. That's the plaque we sent him. Obviously, we got him. I don't know if it was a glass or is it like.
It's glass.
Yeah, we got him a glass plaque. Spared no expense for real glass, apparently.
Yep, I forged it myself.
He blew it. He got himself some of those.
Oh, I blew it all right. He
got himself some sand from the ocean, and then he made some fucking glass.
I found his house and then just started kind of like just scooping up some like dirt and stuff he had left, and then just pressed it.
Just pressed it
into a big glass plank.
And it's fucking lovely. But yeah.
Okay, we're good. Right, we're good. Right, we're going on to a real stinker.
Oh God.
I really hit Rockstar.
No, you really hit Rockstar. Oh, what a terrible trilogy.
Fuck this company.
Fuck this whole fucking thing.
Just from fucking top to bottom.
Oh my God, they got like the studio they got to work on this.
It's like 10 people.
It's 10 people who I think we're also using mobile, like the mobile.
Yeah. It was like essentially just like a HD upres of the mobile versions that they had made a couple of years ago that also no one liked.
And like also terrible quality.
Yeah, it's like, why are you giving these people you're like $1 billion company. Just put someone on it who knows what they're doing.
It was like going for I watched the Matt McMuscles on this here, and I was just like, this is horrifying.
This just like, I feel so sorry for that studio. Because they're gonna be like, no one will ever hire them to work on anything.
No, because like they were put under like unrealistic time constraints and stuff as well. Like they were like, oh yeah, we have 3 months to get this turned out. Go. What?
They could have hired like fleets of people to work on this game. Yeah. They could have done it over like years. And they lowballed their own game. Like it doesn't
like their own like franchise, which is meant to be like their golden star.
It just doesn't make any sense. Like this could have been. I remember like we looked at like the first trailer for this when it came out like 2 months ago.
Yes,
and it was like,
this looks shaky.
What's going on here? And then it literally never got better. It would total fucking downhill from there. Like,
yeah, it was just.
I haven't played this. I will never play this. I will never buy this. If someone gives me a copy of this for free, I will snap it in half in front of you and set
it's so bad. Like, I mean, like when we had 1 week, funny enough, we had Ocean do our skippable cutscene 1 week for just because we honestly, it was just a nice move.
Fingers were tired.
This one things we just need a break because doing it's been like, one thing that's like been nice the last few weeks is not having to work on skippable. It's not the editing part that's hard.
It's the choosing.
It's the choosing of the games. It's just such a headache. And honestly, you're sitting down, you're doing a full-time job, and you're also doing a full-time job and trying to like squeeze in skippable cutscene editing somewhere. You're like, I don't have time for any of this. And then on top of the other shit I do, like solo streams and stuff as well. It's like I just don't have time.
And then I spend 9 hours cutting together, like cutting Kevin Spacey out of a movie or having a car come on someone. It's like I give myself too much work.
You definitely have like you have ambition where I'm like I just don't have time and I just need to get this done.
To be fair, I should be doing that as well.
But it's one of those ones where like Ocean does a real solid 1 week and put this fucking game into it. And how he done it is he cut together all of the big yikes moments that were like from the like gameplay feed that was because they done that thing where like they restricted anyone talking or releasing footage about the game prior to the release of the game. So they knew it was going to come out looking like shit. Yeah. So they made sure there was like weapons grade NDAs on the footage and stuff.
Oh, they went out of their fucking way to make sure that no one knew this was going to be as bad as it was. Like they took down all of the older versions of the ports, the PC ports of these games because they were fucking better. They started going after modders. About a month before it came out. It was like, if you've made any mods to any of these fucking old PC versions of GTA, we're coming after you with like class action lawsuits and stuff. So everyone had to fucking take all them down. Yeah. So like the day this game came out, they had literally positioned it so this was the only way that you could play this game. It's like they even took if you already previously owned the PC version of any of these, they disabled you from being able to play it. They were just like, no, the servers are down at the minute. You need to play this new one. Yeah. It's so scummy. Like, I fucking hate this company. I just like
fucking wow.
I know you don't hear too much about like Rockstar abusing the shit out of people, but their games are terrible. Their practices are terrible. I fucking can't stand them. And like, this is just exactly why I can't stand them. Like, just fucking they could have put thousands of people on this.
Link from you. Let me get you a link there, Panda. Let me get you. The links sometimes expire from here from time to time. So let me get you. I also have the Discord a little bit down, not totally locked down, but like I've had one of those ones where like we had some. I've had to say this story a few times. We've had some bad shit happen, and I've just sent you for a whisper on Discord, Panda. So you should see that link there. But we've had some shit happen in our Discord from time to time. And
I think that's just any Discord.
So we have a front door, right? So we have a front door where the front door itself is designed so that people, if they manage to find something their way in somehow, they don't get into the main part. One person one time just like got in and started dropping like mutilation pictures.
Sure.
Because that's cool. Thankfully, one of our mods got in there and destroyed it all before anyone saw it or anything. So even when you're at the front door, only the mods can see. It's one of those ones where there you go, Panda, you're in. One time I didn't know, but like this is a tip for anyone who goes to make a Discord server. Some Discord servers, like, they start automatically with TTS enabled, so you can type in /TTS and then your sentence, and it'll do text to speech, and it'll just say it to the whole server. And someone one time when I didn't have the thing locked down went in, done text to speech, middle of a stream, Nigel. Next thing you know, there's hard Nigels being thrown around the place. And I'm like, what the fuck is that?
Who's Nigel?
And I was like, because I'm shocked, because I'm hearing like this, I'm just hearing racism just like flow through the fucking speakers. Sure. And so next thing you know, I'm automatically muting the fucking all the audio that's going to the stream, and I'm going, where the fuck is this coming from? Check, it's in the Discord. Some dickheads are ban that motherfucker, lock the Discord down, find out there's TTS controls or functions on the Discord.
Turn that right off.
Turn that right the fuck off. So yeah, like, I mean, I've had to be a little bit more.
If you want text to speech on our show, you have to give us bits, right?
Bits, 100 bits, or a sub has text to speech as well.
So there you go. So you can sub if you want, but only say nice things though. Don't be a dickhead about it.
Yeah, don't be. Well, I mean, like, if you go to say any sort of racism or any objectively terrible things in chat, like the auto mod will stop that, and then if anything doesn't get caught by the auto mod, that's a more nuanced insult or a more nuanced thing.
If you want,
it will get nuked by ourselves or the mods.
If you sub or give us bits, just tell us how nice we are or how nice you are.
Or just say nice things. Just say nice positive.
You can
things.
say nice things about yourself. We don't care. Just fine by me. We know what I'm not going to say nice things about.
What's up?
This game.
This game's a piece of shit. So it's a company.
What a piece of shit. I fucking hate Rockstar. Fuck them.
Oh, fucking, this is terrible. Like, and here's the thing as well. It's like, apparently the worst hit one was apparently San Andreas. Like, that was the worst hit.
I think it was like, there wasn't really much they could do to 3 or Vice City without like kind of almost completely redoing them, I suppose.
Yeah.
They're just kind of so old. Like, they're just so old that like the architecture for like 3 and 4.
Yeah, because they're
three and Vice City. Sorry, we're just like, there's not really much we can do with this, but
because they had to port the code in from one engine to another, and there was just
they stuck them all in Unreal 4.
Yeah, which is already like kind of compatibility is 2 engines. Not
yeah, but it's it's a shame. Like,
Katie's hit nail on the head of that one. Overhyped, and the online's a fucking cesspit.
Oh yeah. Fuck GTA Online. Like,
fuck GTA.
I had fun with GTA Online once, which was when me, Kurt, and Kieran all still lived together in the same house. So we grabbed 3 360s, put them all in the same room, all joined the same lobby, and then just started fucking with people because we weren't like, you know, friends or anything. Like, it didn't look like you're in the game with friends.
Yeah.
So like one of us would start, you know, like trying to fight someone, and then someone else would just come in with a plane
and just fucking
crash into both of us and kill us all. And I was like, oh, this is really fun. And then that was one day about 9 years ago, and I've never wanted to go back and play another GTA Online. You know, it's like I just don't understand it. Like they're specifically, they've pivoted their entire business model just to be like, why make a new game when people will just pay for the old one again
over and over?
That's it. And that's all they're like. I don't think they'll ever do GTA 6. I think they'll just keep.
Why should if they're making millions, if not billions, off GTA Online?
They'll just keep it the GTA Online.
They'll maybe make a new version of GTA Online.
Maybe it's like GTA Online with a bit of a story in it or something like that.
Yeah,
like
that's what GTA 6 might be actually.
Yeah.
Bully's only one good game. GTA is poorly written, and Red Dead is just
I thought Bully was really good. I did not like Red Dead 2.
They did make the Red Dead 2 came out after GTA 5 War Panda. I like Red Dead 2 though.
Yeah, but they've certainly went back. They've milked GTA 5 within an inch of its life.
Still are.
Red Dead 2 was just a release and that was it.
Yeah.
They were like, nope, we're not working on this anymore. I suppose like they've done Red Dead Online, but
it's not been the moneymaker they were hoping it was going to be.
I'm sure they wanted another GTA, but like 10-year-olds don't like cowboys.
It's that, and it's also just like it's one of those things where it's a universe where you can't really. So GTA's a universe.
You can't fly about in helicopter.
You can make some of the more fantastical technology exists, which then technology is the great fucking the great motivator and the great mover. It will create. You can create scenarios that make sense where. When you're in the Wild West, like
you can't have a jetpack.
You have very low. Yeah, you have very limited access to what is like tangibly, like realistically doable.
Yeah.
So
it's fine.
I love Red Dead 1. Red Dead 2's gameplay was kind of mad times, but I believe it's been great.
Red Dead 1 wasn't a Rockstar game. It's Capcom.
I think Redemption's probably talking about. Not Revolver.
Oh, okay. Revolver. Well, Red Dead 1 was fine.
Yeah, it was a good game.
It was all right.
Hey Sam, happy New Year's. Hope you're keeping well, because you're looking well. But yeah, so like this game was just a shit show.
Has anyone here actually played it? Besides, I know Ocean said he played San Andreas, which was out of those 3 my least favorite one. Like even by the time San Andreas came out the first time, I was like, I like 3 better.
Yeah.
Okay, you meant Redemption. Everyone forgets about Revolver. Revolver was so cool.
Revolver was really cool.
It was like, what was it, a Capcom game?
It was a Capcom game, yeah.
Mad. It was just weird. It
was cool.
Cowboys. It's good shit.
It's really good shit. Loved it.
So yeah, it looks like no one has
what's the occasion? These were for the Game of the Year awards.
It's an award show. We're awarding. It's New Year's. I would say it's New Year's Eve, but it's not. It's New Year's Day.
Not.
New Year's Day, New Year's Day is still a big deal. So
big deal to some.
Big deal to me, which is why I'm wearing a suit. I don't know if I should walk home in it or not. People will be like, "Oh fuck, where's this important guy going?"
If you had a suitcase, it would look even better.
I don't. A gym bag with me. Not quite as threatening. Like,
just have your phone and make sure just shut up at hard. There's not enough NFTs being bought.
Buy, sell Ethereum. Buy Monkey.
Buy Monkey. I need Monkey. They made a Doom mod. What?
Buy, sell.
Yeah.
So we've kind of raced through these a little bit.
Say that, but we've been going for 2 hours. Not really racing.
That to me that sounds like we're racists.
Well, I'm not gonna.
No, we're racing. We're racing. Sorry, we'll do a post award show chat.
Yeah, of course we're gonna do that there. But as well as that there, like our game of the year always has like more talking points because it's just one game.
We have one award left, which is
it's 2 parts.
Yes, which is our game of the year picks. This year's was a very hard choice for me. It's a very hard choice for both of us because not really a lot of stuff came out.
I might get shit for my choices, but that's fine.
I personally felt like I needed to give it to something that came out this year because it was such a small window of games that it could have been.
I think it was something that came out this year. If you look at the release date on that game,
so you're technically right. But me up first anyway.
What is this game of the year?
Game of the year. It's big mommy's titties.
Big mommy's titties. You gave yours big mommy's titties. Mr. Bacon. His runner-up is obviously Mass Effect Trilogy.
Mass Effect probably could have won it if it wasn't just a release of a game that was out years ago.
Yeah.
So I feel like I needed to support Capcom a wee bit more. By giving it to Resident Evil Village.
Plus, like, you know what? They did win our best shoe this year, and it makes total fucking sense. It makes total sense.
How do we?
Big mommy energies in the chat right now.
Right. I had like I think I had like a little bit of a short list. It was like this Mass Effect. I think I was going to stick Ratchet and Clank in there, but it just wasn't. It wasn't a meaty enough experience, and there was something else, and I can't remember.
No, that makes sense. I mean, Clancy's Mass Effect.
Like it was it's probably if you're going to give anyone a copy of Mass Effect to play, you probably should give them that copy because it's the best.
Yeah, it's probably the most complete version.
But it's literally a game that was out like 12 years ago. Yeah. So it's just hard to be like,
and saying that, you know what, they did release this version this year. It was incredible. All the DLC, it cleaned up some of the bits and bobs there.
Done it a little bit, which was more than I expected it to.
I played for it this year on stream as well.
Shot the kid.
He shot the shit. The shit out of the kid. It was so good. I've never had so much joy in my life from glocking a kid.
Can you shoot this kid? Oh yeah, fuck.
It's those things where it's like, oh god, guys, what choice should I make? Should I go into the green light, the red light, or the blue light? It's like, and then someone in chat goes, Glock the kid, and I'm like, I'm gonna Glock that kid. So next thing you know, I whip out my big gun and I Glock the shit out of the kid.
I appreciate that they put it in there as an option. You know,
did not, and like next thing you know, the whole chat's just like, I did not know that was an option.
Didn't know that was a thing. Yeah.
Did not know that had an end. Like what people genuinely chat going, that's a thing. So stop blasting.
What ending did it give you though?
It killed everyone.
So was that the red one?
I think so. Right. It fucking murdered everyone. Like that kid was like, "Oh, you're gonna fucking Glock me?
That's all right then.
I'm gonna Glock the universe."
Yeah, because it's not like you would have killed him. He's like a hologram.
he's just like, "Well, fuck you, then." And I'm like,
just being all.
I'm sitting there kind of going, "I spent 100 hours playing these games, and I Glocked the kid and got the bad ending." Well, that was a waste of 100 hours.
Was it really?
And a month of stream, not even a month of streams, 2 months of streams.
It was a purple ending,
or maybe a month.
It's a purple ending. Also knows that you don't like our endings. Well, fuck you then. Ending. Oh, I can't remember what one. I think it was the synergy one where everyone just gets to fuck robots.
No, so fucking funny.
No, because that would have turned everyone into like slaves, and they didn't like it.
Yeah,
I think it was just like the fuck up, we'll work it ourselves ending. Yeah, which I think is supposed to be the canonical one.
Yeah.
So yeah,
but yeah, I glocked that child. I glocked him good. I think a month and a half, maybe a month and a half worth of streams. down the drain.
I mean,
down the fucking drain because I glocked that child.
That doesn't sound like a bad ending to me.
It was just funny because like the whole chat is just sitting on, I can't believe this, and I'm sitting there laughing, going, I can't believe this. And the worst part is like, when's the last time I saved? Oh wait,
those games are just auto save city. Like that's you're not getting that back.
It's like oh no. It's like oh no.
Last thing was at the start of Mass Effect 3. Like what the fuck?
So I fucked that up.
I'm pretty happy with like giving it to Village. There was one.
Tell us about Village.
Literally one thing about it that I didn't like.
Go for it. This is
that I don't understand how, but they didn't think that she would be the absolute massive smash hit that she was.
They were taken aback.
She's the first boss that you kill.
Really?
Yeah, she's out of it within maybe the first 3 hours.
Wow.
Yeah. So massively disappointed in that, but I very much enjoyed my time with her because they knew what they were doing though.
The thing is, like, they came out on Twitter and like, we're so happy you love our character. Let's give you some personal stats on.
Here's a height chart.
Here's some like personal like information about her, and it's just kind of like, oh my god, like is Catcom's like being so like, again, this is kind of what made me kind of love Catcom. It's like they're like, oh, we love you fans, you like our thing, we love you, here's some information just to kind of give you more info.
I'm pretty sure I saw one.
They didn't do it for any other fucking character.
No, I'm pretty sure I saw one that gave you the dimension of her thighs. And I was like, this is the information that we need. There is so much pornotography of this game.
I imagine so. I imagine like 100%
an unhealthy amount of pornography.
I would say 100% is her, but probably her daughter.
It's just her. It's just her and the daughters. Like,
yeah.
I'll supply you with that information later.
Just one of the things. It's just like her getting reeled by things.
Her reeling everybody. It's
her reeling people. Yeah.
Penises. There's penises where there wouldn't be penises.
Yeah.
There is now.
Yeah.
So, Ethan was a terrible protagonist. He was a terrible protagonist in 7, and he's terrible in this, but it does make it up to you in other ways.
Right.
There's like, so like Chris is in it for like a touch at the start.
Yes.
But he turns up again at the end, and it just the ending run, I suppose, is just fabulous.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, like Resident Evil 7 was like, I'm going to give you a gun, but you're going to pretty much barely have a gun.
Yeah.
And then Village kind of done the same thing. It was like, you have enough ammo, yeah, but one wrong fight or like one bad fight, and you're going to be fucked.
Yeah.
And then like the last kind of like big push for the game when like kind of everything's in the middle of happening and you're like, you're in it, you're fucking in the end and fucking shit's going on. It's like, here's Chris, here's 7,000 guns and 8,000 rounds of ammunition.
Go on, go.
And it was fucking incredible. You're just like, oh, is that a word? Like they threw so much enemies at you that would have like, you know, 2 hours prior, you would have turned the game off. You would have been like, this is undoable. Like, this is ridiculous. And you're just like, it was fucking good. I would say it was pretty hard on the hardest difficulty. I was not playing it on the hardest difficulty because I just wanted to enjoy it. I did plan on going back and playing through it again a couple of times, maybe cracking some of like the mercenary stuff off, but shit just kind of kept coming out after it. I was like, I'll go back to it at some point, but it was very, very, very good. Also looked really good. Like I almost kind of had it down for best art style, but all of their effort went to the castle at the start.
Right.
It's like, it looked like there's kind of like an odd theory about Resident Evil Village going about, in that it started off as a tech demo and they just built a game around it, and the tech demo was her and the mansion,
right,
which is the first level,
right,
and the first boss,
right,
because the rest of it doesn't look anywhere near as good in comparison. There's like a little bit
during a pandemic though, so maybe it kind of
all pre.
Really?
Yeah, there were because they were pitching after 7 finished. They were like, we need a new setting, we need new stuff.
Yeah.
And they were like, right, well, we'll do you like 4 or 5 you know, what do you call it? Prototypes.
Yeah.
Of like different areas, different locations and stuff. And the castle and her with where like they originally start off as like she was a witch and all her daughters were witches and you had to run away from them essentially around the house.
Yeah, I remember
they
that.
were just witches and they were just chasing you and you're like and they were like, we like the house, we like her, we like the girls, but we're not keen on the survival horror kind of like just constantly running away. Save that and we'll roll it into a bigger experience. And the bigger experience was done in like a quarter of the time. So it's like we need like the castle and the surrounding town look good, and then the other areas are like miscellaneous junkyard, miscellaneous waterfront house. So like it doesn't all look as good, but the bits that do look good are fucking really good.
Apparently there's a ton of porn of Heisenberg.
Really? I haven't came across any.
I guess if you're not looking for him, you're not going to get him.
That's true. I mean, to be fair, I wasn't fucking looking for porn of her either, but I certainly found enough of it. Like
fair.
Because like you just open your eyes and there it is. Like,
so apparently, Buenavito,
the castle and the Benevito house. Is that the one where you're being chased by that thing? That thing that it was horrifying.
Apparently, that was the scariest bit. Was like that weird marionette sort of puppet thing, right? I've been told that is the part where the true terror kicks in.
It's essentially just a giant fetus.
Oh,
yeah. That one, I didn't particularly think that section looked great, but it was like
just terrifying.
So it is all kinky stuff. It's not just like, oh, here's a big lady fucking someone. It's like, oh, here's a big lady putting you inside her.
This is the thing.
There's like dicks everywhere. There's just shit going on. It's weird.
Apparently, like with her as well, like the lore they put in, they made her sapphic as fuck, which makes sense. Like she apparently only drinks like blood from like girls and stuff, and apparently just does not like has an unrelenting hate for anything male and stuff. So apparently I can't remember her name because her name's
I can never pronounce it,
but
like
Demetrescu. Trescu, I don't know how you. Yeah, but apparently she's meant. Apparently, like the lore and a lot of like. Apparently, if you look around that mansion and stuff,
you find like
and you read stuff and stuff, the notes and stuff. Like, she is just incredibly sapphic. Like she just like to the point where like, oh, you only drink blood from girls, like you the stupid man thing. Yeah, like it's one of those things where like just her like brother, I believe her brother. Heisenberg,
they're all
completely hits him as well, but like could be
there's like four of them and none of them like each other.
Yeah,
so it's
but
them and then
but like it's but that is meant to be like the more like people went in just kind of had a look around and like looked at the architecture, looked at our artwork, that's like some of the things and went, oh shit, no, actually there's a lot of context clues here that just means that this character incredibly sapphic.
They just not that many rest of the characters have that kind of like
little like attention to detail.
They definitely doubled down on her being like, yeah, she's gonna be the reason why people are playing this, but they just took her out of it too fucking early. Like if anything, she should have been the main boss.
She should have been like the one holding the string, because like strings and stuff.
The mother is technically the main boss. She's only in it for about 10 minutes, like right at the end. And you're like, she doesn't even have that same kind of like, you're not afraid of her, or you're not like, well, I know you because you've been in the whole game. It's like, oh, there's an evil one that's behind it all. That
it's like, oh no, where did you come from?
But
Lady D is for the girls, yeah.
So
Milo, hope you keep well. She's looking well.
I would like to think that like maybe they'll bring her back, or they'll do something, maybe like a wee fucking dirty prequel or something, where
something gives her like a little bit more prominence, because again, like she was such a strong character.
Yeah,
and it's a shame, like you said, for her to be so,
I couldn't believe it, so
up front and center, and in a way with so up front and center. It's like there could be so many like prequel stories you do where like you try to stop her, or you're trying to escape her village and you die.
Yes,
or you do, but like at the cost of the village or something. You know, like create like a.
They could, I think they could easily do something like
that there, and I think that would make sense.
Don't know if they would maybe get a. I don't know if they would get a whole game out of that, but maybe like a prequel 0.5 or something like that. I don't know.
I fucking hate. That was the one thing I always said is like, I don't like the dress. That was always the one thing I thought like. But then again, it's just it's a thing at the time. It's just
you gotta play it first.
You gotta play it first, and you love that dress. The dress is a thing that did annoy me, but I thought it just kind of looked like she was wearing like some like honestly like some tablecloths, and it looked kind of dreadful.
It's just like a big cocktail dress.
It doesn't look great though in my mind. It would look better on the floor. Oh.
things move.
Oh, that's fair. Like
So-
that's fair. And I've never actually played the game, but like I didn't like the dress much myself. And I was up front when we played the demo. I didn't like her dress. Like it's just not new news. Like I've said,
Yeah,
I saw a funny mod where like someone replaced the knife with like a fly swatter.
Oh yes,
and they were just slapping her.
Yes. Yeah, there's
circles slapping her ass.
unsurprisingly.
Oh, there's a car set mod. Okay. I'm gonna need to see that.
For the PC version, there are a ton of outfit mods for her, like just
you can
lingerie, different dresses, 100% nude.
The
corset
new one
stuff.
goes insane.
Like,
of course,
but
everyone's interested.
The funny thing is like they all look so good. They could all be like legitimate. Like
DLC.
people have really went out of the way to make her just look like the best lady character there's ever been in a fucking game.
It's like, I'm away to fucking Nexus mods right now.
Ocean's right on Nexus mods. As long as you have the PC version, you'll be all right.
Yeah. One of those ones where like I think it's a game that I would love to see us play through on the channel more.
I would
time.
absolutely.
It's
happily.
just getting time because obviously you are unbelievably, but you're so busy you're missing one of our shows at the minute.
It's not good.
Because because you are just so like undeniably busy.
Not only busy, but constantly worried about being busy as well.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So I mean, it's totally understandable, but I don't even have the game, and I want to see what's.
I mean, the Nexus Mod Manager pages, just go have a look at them. It's like you want an all black lingerie lady.
Saying, if
D.
you find something interesting, you know where to tell me that.
We have a Discord.
You got my DMs. You know
We have
where
a
to tell
Discord
me.
for a reason.
You know,
Though I thought the fly swatter one was a nice touch. She's just like,
I thought the fly sorter one made me laugh a lot. It made me. Sam is doing God's work in the Discord.
this Ocean give this game give Ocean a tall lady kink.
High key.
Why'd you not already have one? I can't be in the same room. She's wearing them now. I don't know what size. What size shoes Tara would have to wear to be taller than me, but she would just snap. She would just snap both her ankles off.
It's one of those ones where like she took a picture of you. It was quite funny, and I saw on Twitter where it's like taking a picture from the perspective of the smaller one of the twos, and it's just like her smiling, really happy, and then just the midsection of your chest, and then nothing else.
We done that a couple of years ago. Like we have to
hilarious.
recreate this. It works well.
It's funny. I reckon, right? So she's getting up to like the midsection of your chest when you both stand beside you, or like the upper midsection of your chest. Probably 4 foot, 5 foot shoes, like platforms.
Stilts essentially. She just needs a pair of stilts at this point.
But you want them to look nice though, or have a dress long enough to cover them.
True. That could
Because
work.
like there's no point in going to the effort of getting a really nice dress and then ruin it with some terrible stilts.
I know you gotta have sexy stilts.
Not even sexy stilts, but just like, you know, it's one of those things where like if you're going to the effort to look good, you don't want to ruin by poor footwear, you know.
The 8 foot tall woman Japanese myth monster.
There's links being dumped into our Discord right now, but
can I have a look?
The stupid like mobile version.
The mobile version of Nexus Mod Manager is not great. Like
fucking woeful, so I'm not able to see that there.
Hold on, we're just doing some. We're just doing some research. Hold on.
We're doing some research right now.
Oh, that's for the sisters one.
I may need to log in actually.
Everyone's got a Nexus.
Yeah, well, I played Skyrim.
Damn right. I can't even pronounce that. Hackish.
Oh yeah, that's just straight up get the sisters. Yeah,
there are better ones than that. Come on,
I'm just looking. I'm just clicking.
Oh yeah, there that's one.
That black dress, that's something. That's a good dress. Doesn't look too dodgy either, because sometimes, you know, like some of the Christians can be a little bit dodgy.
That's what I'm saying. Like some of the actual like mods for this are really, really, really high quality.
This is first one. Okay, so
there's a mod for Lady that gives her the voice actress's dress from the Game Awards. Oh dear lord,
that's insane. That's crazy.
Maybe unless we turn everyone into big horn bags, should we move on?
We are big horn bags, though. I don't think. But like, this is the thing. I want to talk. I'm kind of keen to talk about this one because I just didn't play it. So I still haven't played it. So like, I'm actually like genuinely kind of like, no, I kind of want to know more about this game, if I'm honest. Like, so Ethan, I remember seeing the starting game because we played the starting game, and Ethan and his wife just get glocked, right?
Yeah, sure.
Like there was kind of like they're playing Mass Effect, and they were the child, and I was Chris.
Yes.
And I came in and I glocked him. So like his wife gets glocked, and then he gets glocked, and then the child gets stolen. I didn't steal a child though because I don't like kids.
Right. Okay.
So I'm not going to steal one.
You don't care.
I don't care, but I glocked them, right? But that's as much as I saw, and then I saw a little bit of the village, and
it's tough to like kind of say too much just without spoiling what would actually happen. If we play the game on the stream, He's not playing it.
I'm terrified. You know how hard it is for me to play horror games? I am emotionally scarred from a one.
So much pain.
Did you what? No, you didn't. You weren't around for those days. So like, did you watch MAG? No, you didn't.
I mean, like, we've even played through Outlast 1 on this channel.
And even then, I was still kind of like, I was one of these things, like, I know exactly where I'm going.
Yeah.
Like, it's one of those things you're playing it, and I'm still like, I'm going like, I'm having the worst time, take a left.
Yeah. I was just like, hey, I'm just going to stay here and stare at that guy's dick for like 10 minutes.
Oh, yeah, they're the Dong twins.
Some high quality dick.
They like high rendered dick.
That was someone's weekend.
That was like someone's weekend. Literally was a spent. It's just literally modeling a phallus that was unerect but could still probably destroy.
It was pretty low poly, but it still looked good.
Oh God, it wasn't that scary though. It was the first horror game I watched. It really wasn't all that scary. Yeah, but like I get that.
You're a big girl though.
But fuck you. For a start, I want to say go fuck yourself, right, for saying that about me. Nothing wrong being a girl. And secondly, fear is subjective.
It's true.
Just because you have the sensibilities and the ability to endure a certain type of media that doesn't freak you out doesn't necessarily mean that's going to be a universal feeling or a fact.
If there was a game about doing your end of year taxes, I wouldn't play it. I'd be way too scared about that because I have to do that anyway, and it still scares me. So
yeah,
I understand.
So it's one of those ones where like I totally get that like that game probably does. I'm sure it gets to the point where you're like it's not that scary at a point. Like you probably get used to it, but like my ability to cope with horror games is limited, like very limited. And this has been a thing I've said. Like I've honestly, I made some motherfucker's career being scared of games, and he can go fuck himself. Not me specifically, because obviously his ex did as well. Me and his ex basically gave him a career. I'm gonna just claim that because fuck it, I feel like I can. He can go fuck himself.
This is our award show.
This is our award show, and I get the shit on my ex on my ex fucking colleagues.
This is the night for us.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong, fucking pussy straight up. I just got scared. It's Scary Movie 3. I'm a crybaby.
What?
I totally get that.
Scary Movie 3 is comedy.
And that's okay if that is the case. That's what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm trying to say, Sam. That's totally fine if that is something that you're scared of. Because fear is subjective. Your ability to cope with fear is completely valid based on your circumstances. And that's all I'm saying. But obviously, my ability to cope with games purely comes down from the fact that I can watch like horror movies relatively okay. I'll still be kind of freaked out at times, like, oh, I'm having a hard time looking at that screen.
I can't remember the last film that actually like properly shit me up. Like
a few just fucked me around, but there's some's got me angry over the last year as well. Don't even get me started on Cannibal Holocaust again. That's for
different reasons.
That just made me angry. But like it's one of those ones where like movies, I'm kind of like, okay, that's fucking me up. That's making me think, oh, maybe I might get a wee nightmare tonight. That's not the greatest. When I had to physically control the motherfucker's fate, when that motherfucker's life's in my hands, I'm like, oh, fuck me. I'm
being kissed by this man with his penis out.
The thing, right? So I was like forced to fucking go for Outlast, right? I was forced to go through that bullshit on a different channel, right? And every fucking week I would go home. I would sleep for the first like half of the week. I would have nightmares every fucking day. It terrified me. I was not coping well with that game because I don't like horror. Who would have thought? I'm being forced to play horror on a regular basis. Didn't fucking help. And so like that fucked me up for a while. And like it's one of those things. I went back and I looked at like some of the comments that were in those videos and stuff. And like people were like, "Oh God, is he having nightmares and stuff?" And then the motherfucker that ran the channel was like, "Yes." Just didn't give a fuck. Like it's just like, yeah, he's having nightmares. He's just like, yes, no. It's like that should be the level of care the person.
Sure.
So that guy can fuck himself, and I hope his stupid trip gives him COVID. I have a legitimate hate, and I will express that deeply.
Fair enough.
I played on Dawn Until Dawn. That freaked me out. That did freak me out.
Until Dawn's more kind of like, at least it's more in like the interactive movie kind of.
Yeah. It was not as bad, but it's still fucking got me.
There's nowhere near as much direct control in those games. And it's also way shorter.
Yeah, it was a good game though. I enjoyed it, but like
you can knock through Until Dawn, what, like fucking half a night or whatever.
Yeah, half a night. Yeah, non flashback, very, very much non flashbacks. You absolutely claim that shit. I'm fucking claiming it. I will claim it to the fucking day is done. I can't play horror either. It took me several balls of red wine to play FNAF and RAR. I couldn't do it. Jump scares fucked me up. Katie. I would still, even though FNAF is just big cuddly robot bears, I'd probably still be fucked up by the jump scares.
I was wondering what that was.
Didn't sleep for 3 days after watching a scary movie. Still have nightmares. I'm sorry to hear about that, Sam. I'm sorry you fucking went through that. What a dick. He is a if you're talking about him, he's a fucking dickhead.
Talk about me.
Non-flashbacks from Cannibal Holocaust. Yeah, well, actually, those are fucking non-flashbacks. Man, if I ever find the director of Cannibal Holocaust,
Pretty sure he's long dead.
I'm going to hit him with a rake.
Just go beat up his corpse then.
I mean, if he's alive and out there and I run into him, I'm hitting him with a rake.
I mean, I was made in what, the late 60s, early 70s, and he was already quite.
Oh, was he quite old then?
I'm pretty sure he is.
Well, if he's not and I meet him, I'm hitting him with a rake. Like I don't like the movie, and I like because like it's got bad writing, but that's not the reason.
It's not even a good movie. Like,
it's not even a good movie. It's a terrible movie.
Yeah, it wasn't even worth all the shit that happened in it. Like,
but the animal abuse, like the fucking animal abuse is the. I've never been more disgusted in my life by one scene, and I'm not going to talk about the scene in graphic detail. I'm not even going to say what happens in the scene. I'm just saying there's one scene that was just like that. That was a poor animal that suffered, that literally added no narrative to this. Literally did not add any narrative or any reason for it to be there. Like, it done nothing to the plot. It was just an act that was carried out, and then they went on to the next scene. It was never referenced again. It never added anything to the actual movie. It was just done for the sake of shock.
Old school Hollywood really didn't give a fuck about animals. Like, no, man, like a bunch of like old westerns where they were just like, oh, did that horse fall over? Like, move on. Like,
that's the thing.
What's the point?
But that's the thing. That's horrible and horrifying. They didn't fucking film it and made it into a movie, though.
True. It's true.
All those dark music, Cannibal Holocaust, just the animal abuse and extreme torture. Yeah, and that's all it was. Well, it was just like, oh, here's a rape scene. That did not, I think,
pretty much the whole movie.
Yeah. Also, here's some horrible things to animals. That was just the movie. It was fucking shit.
Yeah.
Again, if I meet the director and he's alive, I'm gonna hit him with a fucking rake.
I don't think he's alive. I'll tell you what's not shit though. Resident Evil Village. It's really good.
Resident Evil Village is good horror.
We would like.
You know what I would say, right?
It probably should be the next thing was start.
I will make a stupid promise. Right, let's hold hands.
All right, this is a 2022 promise.
I will play Resident Evil Village, right?
Sure.
Because every time we play horror, you're always the one who's at the controls.
I'm happy to play it.
I know you are. I know you are. Look, I'm holding your hand.
Okay.
Make a promise. I will play it. And I will play a playthrough with you here.
Sure.
Because I'm going to need you here.
Yeah.
I'll do it. When we get to 2,000 followers.
How many are we on?
Like 1,600.
The next thing
started here.
The next time we get
2K followers.
Yeah. So the next time someone donates £100, we'll
that's how you do this stuff. Oh wait, no, what? We're already 2,000 followers.
I could have swore we were already at that.
Joke's on them. We're already at 2,000 followers.
Say 3,000?
I'm gonna say 2.5.
2,500.
I thought we were still at 1.6. We're actually at 2.1. So for 2.5k at 2.5k. At 2.5k, I will play it.
Yeah. Or you have to give us £100 right now.
Fuck, I'm not playing £100. Can you pronounce his name for me?
Ruggero Diatato? I don't know.
He's still alive. It means I can hit him a rake.
82 years old, and he's just somewhere in Italia.
I've been deadly. I know how rakes work. I'll find them.
That's just A and B. You've been to Italy. You've used a rake before. Your plan's practically complete.
They come in together, yeah.
Rugged deodorant, that's his name. Italy. We can't travel at the minute.
I got paid a bonus from work. I can buy your rakes. You've got to arrange travel. I'll buy your rakes.
Supply the rakes. You supply the travel.
Yes. And we are all going to stand at least 6 feet distance from each other and wear masks.
Big rakes. We get big rakes.
Big rakes.
Big 6 foot rakes.
It's one of those things we've got to be a rakes distance apart, but we're going to do it, boys.
If we can touch each other with our rakes, then we're too close.
Yes.
So you gotta
be a rake apart.
One rake apart.
One rake apart. Let's go. Everyone sign up. But yes, when we get to 2.5k followers,
we're going to go to
clip this.
We're going to go to Italy and beat up this guy.
To it. Yes, I'm going to do that as well. We're going to beat him up. No. I will play Resident Evil Village. I will do it.
I'll also be here.
But it'll happen at 2.5k followers. So good luck. You know what you need to do. If you're not already hitting the follow button, that's who I'm speaking to right now, I guess.
Yeah. Or just donate £100 and we'll do it. We'll start it right now. I have a copy of it with me. We'll see which one happens first.
Don't, because that's happened before, and I don't like that.
It's all right, Mr. Gorgeous Guy's not here.
Don't let their animate.
Oh, she just bought a tank top.
Oh shit, Ocean. She said I would have bought for.
We bought him enough. We got him an award, for Christ's sake.
I know, but he's our friend.
That's true. I don't have 500 friends to call. Who has 500 friends?
I don't want 500 friends.
God,
No,
that'd be so exhausting.
I'm already feeling the social obligations that they didn't for me.
People have like 3-4 friends, and that's enough. It's fine.
Yeah.
At least in like in real life.
I've learned, this is the thing you learn as you get older, right? Having a lot of friends is all well and good, but the most important thing is having like under 10 friends that you can actually like talk to and actually like, you know, care about.
That you actually like.
It's not even like, you know, for me, because my family is not really a family at this point. I don't fucking have a family. My family is the people that are the people I choose. People like yourself. People like Tara. You know?
She's over there.
She's just over there, like Bryn and stuff.
He's there as well.
People in the chat who know they are. They're my family. They're the people that I care about because they're the people I get to choose.
La Familia.
You know, the people that make the most of me. So that's the thing I've learned as I've gotten older. It's like having a lot of friends is all well and good, but having friends is like a small group of people you can actually, you know, count on and you know,
if you were like, here, I need a
be
kidney,
connected to is the most important thing.
I would be like, all right, fair enough. Take your pick.
That's more important to me. I worked on a film in theater in Italy, on and off. So if I get, Kitty, I will pay you good money.
We're gonna have to ship her a rake.
I will pay for the rake. I'll send you the.
We'll send the rake over.
I'll send you rake money,
and then we'll see what happens.
I'll send you rake money. Rake money. But I
hashtag rake money.
Hashtag rake money. We need to pronounce that K.
It actually kind of sounds like we're doing a bad like Asian slagging as well. Like
really?
make money, but rake money.
No, I'm not trying to be Asian about it.
So now we're literally.
I just want to pronounce the K on
We're
that.
literally just talking about rakes. We're going to give you money for rakes.
Yeah. Keep us posted though. Yes, keep us posted. If you have a friend that can take a video as you like go, yeah, bastard, yeah. Like real go over in like a most haggard ass like Irish accent you can as well, because he's not going to understand shit, and he's going to take a rake to the face.
Probably doesn't.
And I'm going to pay your bill, and I'm going to pay for your time doing that. There, I'm going to have you covered on all the expenses.
There'll be an article, and then it will be like.
Financed by random Irishman.
What was his name again? Hannibal Holocaust director is attacked by rake on set.
Yeah.
Is possibly dead. Who knows?
Who knows? Probably had it coming.
May have had it coming.
Mr. Suitman said he hopes I'm forever friend yesterday.
Fuck, I remember Mr. Suitman. This is Talk Radar boy.
Oh man, I loved our Talk Radar.
RP Talk Radar. It's still there, like, but
I love that we still have Burr Panda with us though.
That was from like the internet wave one.
Wave one, like, internet friends.
When you reach out to people and you're like, oh, there are people in America who are good to talk to.
On a forum of all places.
Do you remember forums?
Yeah.
What? So crazy.
Hashtag rake money.
Rake money. We're raking it in.
We're really not.
We're not. Should we move on to yours?
I guess. So if we talked about this for some time, you are going to give me shit in the chat for this here, and I totally get it. But
I'm saying nothing.
But I don't care.
I would say most people would probably think they would have been the other way around.
Maybe so. Yeah. Maybe.
But we'll see.
Maybe.
My
game of the year, guys.
Game of the year. It's what is it?
It's Yakuza Like a Dragon with the runner-up of being Lost Judgment. Now I get
bold choice.
Bold choice. I get where people are going to be comments like we're going to be like, John, Like a Dragon came out in 2020. No, Like a Dragon on the PS5 came out in 2021, motherfucker. I didn't play it in 2020. I played the PS5 version, which came out in goddamn March 2021.
Technicality. Didn't I give like like technically the PS4 version of Like a Dragon was my game of the year last year, and then Ryo Gakugoku was our favorite studio last year, and now both of your game of the years are games from this year.
Yeah, they are. Oh my god, we'll talk about Lost Judgment first though. Came out November anyway, so it's usually a cutoff point for most companies. So it counts.
Well, I already knew that it was gonna that I was gonna get a game of the year last year, even when playing it in November. I was like, this is great.
so funny. You guys talk about raking money, and I have a ad about credit cards. Jesus.
Nice.
If I get famous off it and film career, I'll finally kick off for it.
What a way to start.
I love you, Katie. I love you, Katie. That's commitment. That's commitment that I can never ask from anyone. But the fact that you're going to do it is phenomenal.
You just found a dick shot glass. Is it a shot glass in the shape of a dick? I mean, we know. I need to see some research on this. Are you just like sipping out like a little
sipping dick
penis? That's weird.
So yes, so like Lost Judgment. The reason why I put Lost Judgment here is that Lost Judgment was a great game. Super fucking dark, man. Like the aspects of this game were based around. So the whole canonical like story this here is based around it's about bullying in Japan, specifically in a Yokohama school, and it's based around a lot of the events that happen in this school, and it's the idea of this murderer who takes revenge on these bullies and other bullies throughout the school for actions that were committed by a group of kids way back in the day. And it's this big integral plot, and like any sort of good Ryo Goku storyline, it's one of those ones that it's just so weirdly and tangibly linked across so much stuff, so much of the sub stories and stuff. This probably had some of the most branched out gameplay of a Yakuza style game, in the sense that some of the stuff you're doing, like stealth mechanics and climbing mechanics, were really pushed on this here. I'm not gonna. We're not spoiling it. I'm not saying spoilers. I'm just gonna talk about the game specifically. No spoilers though, Ocean. So if you can hear me, I'm not going to do any spoilers.
You may have already muted us.
You may have already muted us. That's fine. That's fine.
If we just start doing like miming sexual acts, he may unmute us. Like, oh, what's going on there? I need to unmute.
Gobble that cock.
We just look directly into the camera. This is the game of the discussion that they came here for.
So this is Yagami and the people he fights.
This is the school students.
No, you just had to ruin it, didn't you? You just had to ruin it for me.
Right, they're all over 18, right?
No, they're really not.
I know, like I did like Lost Judgment, but pretty actually much like Oceans and Jacob said, the side story stuff, some of it was fine, and then the rest of it was just like, please get on with it. Yeah, so that's the thing. Like some of the side story stuff, like I'll be honest, like there's points where like I just had to turn the game to super easy because I just wanted to get through those with relative ease. And they. Like to be fair, it tells some great narrative stuff as you go through them. It's just a shame at the part where you have to play the game in those side missions is where it kind of falls down. And it's fucking robotics club.
That's the one I'm talking about where I had to drop the difficulty down because I just wanted to get it done.
They made it too hard to not be like something that you actually have to kind of like invest a bit of time in. Yeah. And then even the I really hated the fucking the bike one as well.
The bike one was a bit difficult.
It got really hard too, but it was really hard. It didn't make sense why it was hard. It was like, I'm doing literally what you just told me to do. Yeah. But there are people everywhere and my health is being trashed and I can't get like,
it's one of those ones where it just
work right.
It just wasn't very well balanced. And I feel like maybe that was down to COVID, just down to polish those mechanics or stuff.
Maybe. The esports club, you can finish that in like one go.
Yeah, esports club's relatively easy to do.
To do like it's a couple of rounds of Virtua Fighter.
Virtua Fighter is not an easy fighting game for some people.
That's it. Oh, fair enough.
Bear in mind. But we're not going to go into anything too specifics on story or anything in the clubs and stuff. But like the gameplay was just interesting because they finally like made those games a little bit more than just a brawler. They introduced the stealth mechanics. They introduced the climbing dynamic mechanics. They've done the thing that technically they've stole from one of the greatest games of all time, Deadly Premonition 2, and they put a detective on a skateboard. And
I have to say, I'm okay with it.
I'm okay with that. Totally okay with that there.
I did like the skating mini story. Yeah. I was like, this is some good shit.
There was some fun there. It's a mechanic you use to go around. The reason why I didn't like it is maybe it's like much as Like a Dragon, is that their version of Yokohama is...
they took a load of the stuff out.
They definitely kind of like chopped off bits of Yokohama or took away some of the verticality of Yokohama, which made Yokohama quite interesting.
Some of the a lot of the stores were closed, like some of the side streets were closed off. But I mean, at the same time, you were going back and forth quite a lot, which is fine. But like you felt like you already had this all in here. Like, why did you have to just take out little pieces of it?
Yeah, which is strange. So weird. Like, and it's just one of those ones where it's like, I know there's so, and I get it because you spend a lot of time going back and forth between there, and also you go to Sotenbury for like a little bit.
Right. Yeah.
You go back to fucking wow, why am I forgetting the original place? The original setting of Yakuza. Why am I forgetting what it's called?
Fuck no, I can't remember.
No, you can't remember. What the hell? What the hell happened? I was gonna say a Jinksho. It's not. That's still Yokohama.
Yeah. That's just somewhere in Yokohama.
That's just the province.
The fuck is what? Someone will answer it for us.
Oh my god! Why
Kamurocho.
Kamurocho? Thank God! Oh my god! Why did you blank? Why did I blank Kamurocho? Yeah, so like I mean, you kind of go back and forth between those areas, and even Kamurocho is quite like kind of.
They took some stuff out of that.
They
as well.
kind of like chopped off bits of that as well. So like they've like it was one of those games where it's like, this is a great game. You've still got great characters. You've still got great narrative here, but there's just. You can tell there's just some stuff that maybe you developed in a pandemic and you just didn't get enough time to flesh out or work on.
The thing, it didn't just kind of like it didn't lose my interest, but the school story stuff did really annoy me at one point, because like on one hand your people were like, well, if you just don't want to do it, then just skip them, but they also made like such a big deal out of it being a huge part of the game.
Yeah.
So like if you skip it, I just felt like, oh, am I just skipping like a huge chunk of the game now?
Yeah.
It's like it felt like the fucking dance club one lasted for so long.
That one went over like 6 chapters.
Yeah, because it put like, you know, kind of arbitrary, like, well, you haven't progressed enough in the story to do this dance fight. Like, you should just be able to just do it. You should just be able to just get them all out of the way there and then.
Yeah.
But they gated some of them off inside story chapters as well. And like, you don't even start some of them until like, you know, 3/4 of the way through the fucking game, and you're like, just get me out of this fucking school and get me back to what's actually important. So it really did, like, it threw the school stuff in front of the story at a few parts, and I was like, this is really starting to get on my nerves a little bit.
And it was one of those ones as well where like it got I don't mind a dark narrative, right? I like dark narratives, if I'm honest, but at times that the dark narratives, I'm just like, oof. Like, see, when Yakuza got dark, or even The Last Judgment got dark, there was still some carefree, light, and playful moments that kind of like had a nice ebb and flow to it, where I felt like I was in the muck and mire of just like, oh, life is shit, and being in school is shit, and bullies are shit, and you know what? Doesn't get any better when you get older, kids. It's like it just felt a bit too like, oh god, wow, you're just really beating this into me, and I already know a lot of this already in real life, but like, you know, I play a game to escape a little bit, and so it's just one of those things. I'm just like, oh no. And there's also the bullshit that happened around the fact that like the PC port almost got the whole game cancelled.
Oh yes, that's right. Yeah, because
of
call them again?
Johnny's and Associates were kind of like, you can't have that on PC because we can't have you fuck off Tanamura's likeness in any way or form, because that man's likeness needs to be preserved for his marketability and stuff.
In no way the game's fault. That was totally like an outside.
That was an outside thing, and like that became its own thing, and then it might have got resolved by the fact that the actual the archaic CEO and owner of Johnny's Associates, sorry, is fucking dead. They
So
died.
he died.
No, it was the wife of the original founder.
Right. So
she was obviously still operating the company.
So she died, and the problem went away.
She died, and it's one of those things where it's speculated that this might become a little more problematic going forward, because she was the one driving the more archaic narrative and what their models are allowed to do, because again, there was all a narrative that was spun and created by the original founder, even though he was, and I have to say, alleged to be a big old diddler, and you know, so that was a whole thing in itself, but obviously his principles we're still in enforcement by the nature of his wife still being in charge of the company. But now that she is passed on, the thought process is that that's going to change as things go on, that there's going to be a modernization of company structure.
Okay.
And also Tanamura, Kimura.
It's Kimura.
It's his full name. I'm trying to remember. I mean, if Mila could
Tanamura Kimura. Mila, where are you?
Mila, if she could just keep me right here, because she is I like to think of her as like the keeper of the 7 keys when it comes to like the knowledge on that man.
The keeper of the Japanese underworld.
Yes,
but
Milo.
but for us,
Yeah.
Milo.
It's like one of the things I need to check in on some like very specific information on this man's career. 1 second, let me drop a message to the keeper of the 7 keys.
I mean,
Drop a message to Milo.
You could just Google it, I suppose. Like that.
I could, but I know Milo would give me a lot more context and would make it a lot.
Is she
more.
here?
Maybe he is, maybe he isn't. I don't know. It could be they could be getting something to drink, or maybe he's getting something to eat. I don't know. But
We'll see.
But yes, it's one of those ones where like. Yeah, like there's obviously been a lot of changes in how that studio is going to be adapted and how things are going to go forward with the use of him as a character, because things may change going forward with Johnny as associates. We'll see. However, my winner,
Tell me about Ichiban.
fucking hell,
I remember his surname either.
no, it's Kasuga.
Kasuga. Oh, sorry.
I do remember his name, Ichiban Kasuga, or I think they say the last name backward first one in Japanese.
Kasuga Ishiba.
Yeah. I think it's hard. I think it's the Japanese way of doing things, but it doesn't really matter.
I can barely speak English.
Yeah, I can barely do anything in English. But yes, so like Like a Dragon has just been like honestly, oh my god, I'm just such a good like fresh start into the Yakuza universe.
What if we just replay what I said about it last year?
See, if I had that footage on hand, it'd be so good, because then I'd be like, well, this motherfucker's going to say it for me. Just got
100% points. Are you achievement hunting?
Are you just doing dirty achievement hunting?
Oh my god! I didn't know people still done that.
Yeah. People love those. People love those high scores.
What's your achievement score? Give me those numbers. I want to know.
But it's one of those ones where this has been like just an amazing relaunch for the series. Like Ichiban as a character is just a font of positivity, and I know a lot of people were kind of like, man, this guy's
well done.
200k. Jesus.
I clocked out about 130,000 and then never had another Xbox.
Oh wow, okay. So I know a lot of people were like, kind of like, Ichiban's a bit too positive for my liking.
He was.
I loved it, man. I think it was a good juxtaposition compared to Kiru, who is a stoic, very very grounded individual, and I think that it was nice that the next pro tag was the opposite of that.
It's true. They couldn't have just they shouldn't have just done the same thing again, but there was definitely a few points in that game where he should have been a bit more angry, but it could, like, there was a few parts where it was like, this could be an actual opportunity for some like actual character growth, but he was just like, nah, crappy.
This is the thing, though. He does by the end get his. He does no, but I don't know if I want to say spoilers or not. But by the end, he is very, very he's very jaded and very shifted and very much changed by what's happened to him and what happens around him. And you've got to remember that this is the first game for this character, okay? And when you look at Kiru in like Yakuza 0 and 1, he's still got weird idealisms and he still thinks he knows better.
That's true. He's not quite the
stoic, he's not quite the stoic Goku that he is in 6.
Sure, the unbeatable brick wall.
Yeah.
That he
so
becomes.
And it's one of those things where that I'm okay with that there, because like he's going to be idealistic and sure he's going to be stupidly positive, but like
we'll see where it goes. Like, but I thought that game had like a couple of moments where they could have done something with it, and they were just like, I just made a joke. I'm like, oh, that's fine.
But it's one of those ones where that game has like fundamentally changed how the world works in Yakuza now. Like the whole power infrastructure is so changed. Like the Omni, the fucking.
Oh, that's right. Because all the families are kind of fucked now.
All the families are completely uprooted. Yeah. Like it was like it was the hardest of resets, because it just took literally every crime family that had any sort of solid domain across Japan and kind of uprooted it and just kicked it into the sea and went, oh no, good luck on you working on this now. The only issue you had the game is that it's JRPG grind. You had to finish the game. I didn't think the grind was that bad. Like, I got to a point where like I spent an hour down in the sewers at one point.
Oh yeah,
and
that's
done.
right.
And actually, I went to the fight tower. I done an hour in a fight tower.
The fight tower was better than the sewers.
Yeah, at one point I just went to the fight tower for an hour, and that was it. And it wasn't that bad for me.
Is that like, were you talking about after you finish the game, you can do more stuff?
Or do you mean
to finish the game?
Yeah, like I mean, like for me,
once I was finished the story, I was like, well,
yeah, it was me
not really much to do. I
guess I could go and do like the fight tower and stuff, because they do give you access to like the unlimited tower.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, but I mean, like that point, you've already finished the game.
Yeah,
and you're just. What's the point?
I think it's really cool that they actually talked to Square Enix and said, hey, can we mention your game as an influence on our character and stuff? So they actually got permission from Square Enix to talk about Dragon Quest. that's why that was allowed to be.
That's right, because he was always like, well, in my Dragon Quest games, this is what you do.
Yeah.
And I was like,
and like,
what the fuck, like, what?
so like Square Enix were like, yeah, that's totally fine, go right ahead. And so like that influence was there because like it plays into the job structure where like you Ichiban doesn't have to be the freelancer. He can go in and become like, you know, the beatboxer, or he can become like what was like the bouncer, like all the different. Oh yeah, no problem. We can raid them after this here. But it's one of those ones where let me do us a favor. Actually, I'm gonna have.
Also, while you're doing that, Rob, how the fuck is your gamer score only 77k? You more than I did at one point. You loved achievements. You loved them.
Couldn't get enough of them.
You literally couldn't give it enough. You played Avatar. I know, I was there to get the 1,000 points. How'd you stop at 77k?
That's crazy.
It's ridiculous.
That's crazy. But yeah, so like it fundamentally like changed the game, like the job systems and stuff. You could like completely rearrange your characters and your party status and stuff and all of that jazz. The story was so fucking good. Like the story was great. Like fucking Bleach Japan and stuff. I've never wanted to kill someone more in my life than the guy who leads Bleach Japan. This little scumbag who like, it's one of those things where like he's just pretty much lawful evil. It's like, I'm going to do evil, but I'm going to do everything in the confines and the structure of the law,
of my strict laws,
of the laws itself, so that you can't come at me so I'm still morally better than you. And like it was like sex work. It was a game that was very sex work positive, because the idea was that Ichiban was there and was fighting for the rights of soaplands and strip clubs and stuff. It was very sex work positive, which was interesting as well, because it's not necessarily like a thing you see in a lot of Japanese games.
Like all of Yakuza games have kind of been very like, go for it. But
like this was so intrinsically tied into the actual story and whatnot. It was such a weird but fascinating game. Characters were great for the most part. One annoyed me a little bit, and I'm kind of like, I know where you done it.
Hold on. Was it him by any chance?
Yeah, it was
Namba.
It was fucking Namba.
Absolute worst character in the game by far. Hated him.
I was like, Namba, it's like, I understand what you did, Namba. I understand why you did what you did, but Namba,
didn't like him. Didn't like him before that. Didn't like him after it.
He angered me. Namba angered me.
Didn't like him. Didn't like him at all.
So like Namba was just one of those ones where like, I get why he done what he did. Like I get the narrative behind it, but like I was still angry at him. You know, I was still like, fucking Namba.
The two things that I didn't like about the game was I didn't like the what'd you call it? You know, like the building, the store mini game.
Oh, you know what?
I couldn't clock it. I was like,
I read a guide for 5 minutes and went, okay, I'm going to do this, and then I got it done, dusted, and it was also like, I need 4 mil or 4 bill or something, and then next thing it's like, okay, I'm going to spend 2 minutes in this here, and just got it done.
Okay, well, fuck you. I tried to do it myself. I didn't do very well at it.
See, like, Matt booted
him right out. Also, Matt, I hope you're feeling better, or I hope nothing horrible happens.
It's like one of those things where, like, at one point, like, I think I did end up sending him out of the party, because I think at one point it was just me. It was, God, what's their names again?
I haven't played this game in like a year and a half.
God,
the old Namba and Ichiban are the only two people I remember because I hated them so much.
Jung-hee?
Was that the guy from the Chinese guy? Who's like,
yeah, him.
And then the old cop was fun.
Old cop was good.
But your girl, I used her as the healer.
She was good.
I liked her.
She was good. But yeah, like it was.
Fuck Namba.
Fuck Namba.
The really annoying thing about Namba is that he really, really comes in handy. Like
during one very pivotal
It's like
fight.
The last quarter of the game. It's like you need someone who can do
frost.
I used them for fire.
I think it was frost damage was the one you need. No, was it Crane? Oh, it must have been Crane actually.
When you're doing the when you're fighting fucking.
Yeah, no, you think you need frost damage.
It was fire damage.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because there was one element you definitely had to.
That was literally the only reason.
Psycho. Eri was funny enough. Eri as a character.
Eri and Psycho they fulfilled the same character needs really though.
Well, so Eri was never a planned character. They were a competition winner.
Oh.
So that's why they don't have the same.
Right, they're not really all that pivotal. I always thought that when it was like I could do with one of these and it doesn't really feel like anything's being changed all that much. But I kept them in there both anyway because I like.
It's one of those things where like they were a competition winner in real life, and
Oh,
Yeah.
Everything's not in the sequel. She only won the competition once.
We only won the competition once. That's why her narrative is not like as strong as Psycho and stuff.
Yeah, it did seem like a wee bit of like just a side like.
Although she does some dodgy fucking shit. What in her little side thing, she commits sexual assault on Ichiban, or at least it's suggested she does.
Oh, I never got far in hers.
So you do a side mission, and then she gives him a blowy when he's asleep. It's like, man, see, you can't consent to that.
I don't know about that.
It's like and he wakes up going, oh, why do I feel really refreshed? It's like,
have I just had my penis sucked?
It's like one of those. I was kind of like sitting there going like,
this is weird.
What the fuck? Oh, reminds me of it for another day.
Yeah,
that was fucked.
Fucked.
That was pretty fucked.
Genuinely did not know that.
Yeah, it happens. I sat there. I was like, wait, Ernie, what are you doing? Did you just do that? That's sexual assault. That was really fucked.
I can't remember what you needed to do to kind of boost her. Was it like social score? Was it the trading one?
Because with the trading one, yes, you had to do well in the trading.
Because I never got very far in that, so I think I never got more than like friendship level 2 with her. Yeah, or whatever, so like 2 out of 5 or whatever.
If you beat the whole trading stock system thing with the Ichiban Industries, or it allowed you to go into that there, and I kind of just like on 2 levels, it's really fucked, right? It's really fucked on the level that it's sexual assault, and that doesn't need to be explained. That's all well and easily established.
Needs a rundown.
It's also really fucked that it's a competition winners model.
That is a bit weird. Like that's what
it's like. Oh, you won a competition. Your character and your likeness is going to be used.
That's a very odd place to put someone who's not responsible for what their likeness is doing. Yeah. Like, oh, cool. I'm a rapist. Like what?
Like what?
I didn't agree. I didn't win this. What the fuck? Such a strange position.
It's not really a competition you want to win.
Yeah, that was strange. Yeah, all the side stories for like dating people were cost a fortune in the game.
Who did you date?
Go ahead. I can't remember.
I went for the mechanic. She was.
I couldn't like the shit you had to go through to get like those last like few levels of like you have to unlock like the level 4 or 5 whatever. Like it just cost so much money. I couldn't afford.
Yeah, I was a rich bitch because I used the stock system.
Yeah, but I couldn't even afford. I couldn't even afford that. Couldn't even afford it.
Boy, aren't you glad the quote button is threatening me? That's fair. I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna. I'm happy if a quote button's not. I'm happy if a quote button's not gonna fuck me up today. But yeah, it's one of those ones where like I had a lot of money because that stock system. So I was like, I'm gonna give you all the money.
I kind of.
It's fair enough.
Oh, it was something I said? No, that's fine. Oh, is that me screaming? Yeah, okay. I'm not gonna say it again. Night time.
Have a good night, Sam. Hope you have a lovely night/morning.
Wherever you are, whenever you are. Is no one still in 2021, are they? Is everyone?
No, everyone's at this point is caught up. Yeah. It's only the Americas that are the last people to go for it. So once they've gone for it, everyone's like 2021.
An island in the middle of the Pacific Ocean or something. It's in like 2023 already.
Because if they're in the Pacific Ocean, they're going to get hit around the same time Oz is.
Okay, that's fine.
And Oz and New Zealand get it first.
Happy 2022, everybody.
Yeah. So it's one of those ones where it's like, yeah, that game. It's like, hey, award winner, you get the great award of your likeness being used for sexual assault.
I wonder, did she know? Like,
probably
this is what we're going to do, or is it just like, I'm sure I should probably like, if you even entered into the competition, surely you just signed something that was like, your likeness is going to be used, whatever, yada yada yada, and they probably like maybe probably weren't in contact with her all that much. It's like, we'll bring you in, we'll scan your face, and you'll see what happens in the game.
Yeah.
See you later. Like,
so that's the thing. But I did the mechanic girl. I was like, I got the money.
I can't remember who I was going for. I think it was someone from the bar.
Oh, the Survive Bar?
Yeah.
Survive Bar is interesting because there's a character that runs the Survive Bar that's a character a lot of people overlook, who's a character from previous games.
Is the one voiced by fucking
no, not David Hayter. Well, I mean, he does voice him, but no, like his character is never been voiced by David Hayter before.
He wasn't this.
No, before.
Oh, before
being, Oh,
I figured that was just someone they made.
No.
But I figure, yeah, he does have a wee bit of like he's got like a scar and shit, and he's all like, oh, I'm mysterious. Who am I?
Do you remember the Kazuma family?
Vaguely, yes.
Do you remember the guy who ran the Kazuma family when Kazuma was in prison, and Akiru reported to during the events of 0 and 1 and stuff? I can't remember the name of the top of his head. It's him.
Oh, shit.
Everyone thinks he's dead, but he's actually there now.
He just owns a bar.
He just owns a bar in a Jinx show. Yeah,
Owns a bar in a
It's
Jinx
I was told about that. I was like, that's him. There's a cat in the chat. Akaya.
Oh my god, pussy in the bussy.
What? Sorry.
There's a pussy in the bussy, like a pussy in the bushes.
Don't think that that's what that word
A
means.
kitten in the smitten. I don't know. There's no like. Yeah, it's not what I meant. I was trying to rhyme things with pussy.
Said that there was like, as I said, hey, why is it in that? Why is it in that?
Someone's having an inventive night. You know,
That's not an event that I think should happen.
it's 2022. That's what happens in 2022. This is the year that we're coming into now. Hey, it's not my business. It just happens. You know, we're just here for it.
Yeah, that's there's the same guy. I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but yeah, he's like one of the characters that's literally part of the Kazuma family. Ends up being the one that runs Survives Bar in the Jinx show, and it's one of those things when you look at him very clearly, it's like, oh, that is him. Scars in the right place, hair's the right place, bone structure, jaw structure.
Yeah. Did I just get quoted?
Yes, you do.
Oh, cool. that one won't make sense outside of any context whatsoever. Yeah.
Kazuwagi, thank you. Kashiwagi. So yeah, if you want, I can. Like, I have to keep whatever I've got copied for.
That sounds like some kind of like delicious.
You know what? I can just create our
sushi.
tab. So
God, I've said the word sushi now, and I want sushi.
I've been wanting sushi for a while now. I keep forgetting about it.
Everywhere's fucking closed.
But yeah,
over the thing.
So you know him as there, right? And then if you look at him here, oh no, I didn't want to click that. Google, the fuck.
Oh yeah, because he's like so low res. The old ones. He seems to have gotten quite a lot younger between. Is that 0 and
Yeah, but it's
7?
Yeah, but he's got a bit older of the gray in his hair. He's got salt
I
and pepper in there.
suppose, yeah.
But yeah, just because of the resolution shit.
Yeah.
He's the one running Survive Bar now,
There you go.
which I thought as a concept was kind of cool. I was like,
I did when I saw him. I was like, they've put a wee bit too much effort into that character for that not to be someone.
Yeah.
I'll look it up, and then I forgot.
yeah,
And that was 2 years ago. So there you go. I'm hanging on a moment of jizz.
whoa, that is a fucked up quote. What is that quote? Who said that? I said that, but why did I say that?
Which one?
I might reach into the past at some point in the future, and I might reach into the future, forever into the future when technology allows it. I might bring it back. What?
That just sounds like your standard time travel story.
That just sound
confusing word salad.
That's a confusing word salad. Yes, don't attack oysters or yourself. I mean, I guess.
If anything, oysters are more likely to attack you.
Okay, apparently I'm hanging on a moment of jizz. I say some terrible things.
Like the music from Star Wars. Jizz music.
Okay, I can see how that works. That's a valid quote right there. She says some heinous shit. I say some heinous shit, and then Shaz comes in and is like, hold my drink. I'm about to tell you some shit, and I'm like, oh no.
I'm about to show you some shit.
But yeah, so yeah, I guess that's my game of the year, I guess.
We talked about the same game for 2 years in a row. I wonder what version of it we'll talk about next year.
Oh, I can't wait.
The PS6 version.
Yes, the PS or the re-release.
The re-release.
All the DLC.
The ultimate PS5 re-release edition.
Yes. And that will be my game of the year again.
Yeah. We'll try to not do that.
We'll try not to do that. That was the PC version. Yeah, the PC version. Fuck. It's doable. And that was our game of the awards. Game of the year awards.
So many awards.
So many awards. Although that's misleading because we're not going away. We're still here.
Yeah.
But yes, guys. I guess. I mean, at this point, it's just kind of us creeping. I guess you want to put us into a feature group.
We're just chilling. We're just chilling for the rest of it.
We're just chilling for the rest of it. Look at that there.
I would say we finished a little bit early, but
I mean
it's a bit of an odd episode.
An odd episode. We finished a relatively good time.
I suppose we could get some. I think Ocean said earlier on that we may have actually just posted his 2 picks. I think he said he had joint Resident Evil and Like a Dragon as his joint pick game of the years. But what's anyone else picking?
Yeah.
Game of the year. Give us one best and worst.
Yeah. It doesn't matter if the game came out this year or last year or previous year. If it's,
No, it does. This year only.
Don't listen to him. If you played it, if you played
whatever you played,
there was not enough games out this year for some people for people to have a game of the year from this year.
There really wasn't. Hence the huge list of cancelled and postponed games that we went through earlier on. But like, yeah,
just let us know what your game of the year was and your most hated game of the year was. Go for it. I wouldn't mind hearing about that. There, all games are valid except for ones on the blockchain.
Are there games in there?
Yeah, people are like making games on the blockchain now.
Oh yeah, didn't Square Enix said something about that earlier on today?
Did they?
Like, yeah, we're interested in investing in both NFTs and we want to get some of our products on the blockchain. So
I don't like it because it's basically a way for them to just siphon off your processing power to fucking mine crypto.
Fucking Square Enix are going a bit weird as well, though. They're another one that are kind of like.
For Rob, it's easy. It's just Halo.
What Halo was out this year?
The new one.
Isn't that the one that like Ocean really hits? Because they're like.
There's two versions of it. There's a multiplayer version and there's a full like single player version. Halo Infinite. It's like two separate entities.
It's fine. I find it weird that I've heard virtually nothing about it.
To each their own, that one.
It's like was it good? Do people like it? I've heard people complaining about it more than anything else because they're just charging a fortune for like stupid cosmetic bullshit. But I haven't seen anyone actually say that it's good.
Cal sent best art for him is Canis Bridge of Spirits, which I would say definitely great fucking art in that game.
That was good. That was nice looking.
That was like pretty much if you took the concept of Pixar and made them a game studio.
Well, they kind of already done that with the people who made Nino
Kuni. Yeah, but
I suppose that was more.
But they were like a game developer who kind of took the thing style, like kind of took Ghibli style, where like the people who made Kenna were actually a CG company who went, oh, let's make a game.
Oh, I know. Yeah, I think they had something to do with Blender, as far as I know, because like they kept like
Blender, don't they?
Like, oh Jesus Christ! They kept like humping, like every time someone said something about like how good it looked, they were like, come look at Blender.
Yeah. Also, just a heads up, all the assets that were created for tonight's videos were used on Blender as well.
That's true.
They're all created on Blender by our wonderful Cosmic Big.
If anyone in the chat works for Blender,
that was all of the assets were created for Blender. Best was Final Fantasy 14. Yeah.
Worst,
you just don't know. I don't know. It's fair.
Sure.
I guess if you didn't play many other games, if you're playing like games that you already were playing before or didn't pick up any shit ones, I guess you're not going to have a worst. Totally valid. Microtransactions suck, but the game is fun without them, so that's fair. That's fair.
The multiplayer has a cosmetic shop, which, to be fair, is fairly standard order. Like for multiplayer games these days, the campaign was pretty lackluster with the usual boring open world. That sounds a lot like what people said about both Halo 4 and the other one. So it doesn't sound like they've learned much.
It's the best part about the campaign for me. But yeah, the cosmetics can suck balls.
Mass Effect is the best and Halo Infinite is the worst. So people, not a lot of Halo Infinite love in the chat.
Not a lot of Halo
except from Rob, who really loves multiplayer.
Solar Ash, though, is best art. I don't think I remember.
Solar Ash was a nice looking game. I'm going to go pee real quick.
I'm going to Google some Solar Ash. I want to see what the art looks like.
I didn't have a chance to pee. So.
That's fair. Oh, you tapped me, Daddy. Oh shit! Yeah, that game. That art actually does. That was a pretty badass game. Actually, I forgot about that. We did. Yeah, I just couldn't remember what just the name of me skipped me. That is pretty fucking badass. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Mass Effect was really fucking good. Mass Effect was definitely one of the better games this year. Like totally fucking awesome. Ken, I like really Ken as well. This year was a weird year for me though, like because a lot of guys who have been watching the streams and stuff, like you will know, I spent a lot of this year kind of playing games that I either played a little bit before or never played at all. And the bit of Halo multiplayer I played was fun, to be fair. One of the other ones that one of the ones that kind of like jumped out at me mainly was kind of Skyrim. That was like the shock one that I actually ended up enjoying a lot because Skyrim essentially was a game that I kind of hated because I hate Bethesda. Shock horror, right? No one should be shocked by that. I've talked about Bethesda over the last like 2 years, but I had a lot of people go like, all right, Skyrim's not as bad as the other games, John, you should give it a try. And I was like, and then what ended up happening was like it came out on the Game Pass, and I had the Game Pass because like they'd done the Bethesda acquisition, Microsoft, so I got it on the Game Pass. I was like, okay, this is cool, this could be fun. And then I went in to do the mods, and it's like, oh yeah, they get like these cool mods to work. You have to use the script editor. Guess what doesn't work on the Microsoft version? The fucking script editor. And then I was very, very kindly purchased a copy from a friend, purchased me a copy for the Steam version, and then I was able to do the full script mods and stuff, and I discovered that I actually really, really love Skyrim, which is, this year was kind of like a big revelation to me.
I wouldn't have thought that.
Yeah, like I didn't think I was going to have that happen either, but it just kind of came in. I was like, oh fuck, actually, yeah,
it's some hot shit. I liked it the first time I played through it, and then anytime I ever try to play through it on PC, to be fair, I ruin it with my own modding too much. I spend like so much time modding it. Like by the time I'm actually ready to play it, I'm like, I've just spent like 8 hours modding this.
Spending 8 hours modding it, getting it to be stable, which is more
it's all orc porn. That's all. The only thing I mod into it is just like orcs, and that's it.
I mean, it's one of those ones where like, if that's how your gameplay needs to be, I can understand why you'll spend about 8 hours. I do the same thing.
That's the danger with PC games. I think I've done the same thing to The Witcher as well. It's like I stuck a couple mods on it to make it look better, and then one of them stopped working. I was like, right, well, I don't know which one it is. And I spent like 2 days trying to like disable them all one by one and starting it and being like, right, no, that's still fucked up. And then I think it may have just racked something. So I was like, you know what? I'm not playing this anymore.
It's a shame.
So mods are a double-edged sword though. So
Katie's saying I got a toxic relationship with Bethesda. No matter how much they fuck me, I keep coming back. You know what you need to find, Katie, is a game studio that you can have a
loving, supportive relationship.
A relationship where they fuck you, but you fuck them back.
Yeah. Let me talk to you about Star Citizen.
You want one of those where like you pay
10 grand for a game that you never play.
That's financially fucking. But yeah, like, I mean, this is one of those things where like I will always give Bethesda shit because they deserve shit. I mean, like even with this release of Skyrim this year, it's like buy the bloody version, 20 years or some bullshit like that there. And I'm kind of like, so you're reselling the game you sold already, but now you're charging for the people's work.
It's like how many like different subtitles can you stick on a game and just release it again? Like, will the next one have they had definitive edition yet?
No, they'll go in. Oh, maybe that's what it was. I think that's what it actually might have been.
It was like legendary, and then like I think this one was the anniversary edition because it was like 10, 15 years or something. Okay. And then I'm sure they'll have like an ultimate edition or fucking something like that.
I was playing the tropical mod.
I didn't know there was a tropical mod.
That sounds fucking funny. It's a game I might go back to, like, because I played a vampire playthrough on that one at one point because I was like, fuck it, I want these cool powers and shit.
I thought the vampire only kind of got introduced in like a DLC, so therefore it doesn't really factor into the main story at all.
So vampirism did exist beforehand. It's just the DLC made it better,
right? And
then mods make it better.
Okay.
So it's one of those ones where like there's the whole Serena. I apologies, I'm fucking mispronounced her name.
No, Serena is her from fucking Underworld.
But like they do that there, and they bring up the more solid narrative with that there.
Oh yeah, I remember playing through all that. It's just like you could become like a bit of a shitty vampire in like the vanilla game.
Yeah,
and I was like, it was just something you could do. It wasn't rolled into the story at all. And then they were like, fair enough.
And then they kind of make it a bigger thing with the DLC and make it
Underworld is Celine.
My bad. They make it interesting with the DLC, and they give like good characters, voiced by Laura Bailey, if I remember correctly, and make it for a really fucking good narrative, really interesting stuff, and put in the Dawnstar.
Dawnguard,
not Dawnstar. Dawnguard. It's also a shite film.
It is also a shite film. The first one's okay, but there's like 9 of them, and you're like, these are just boring now.
But like, it's one of those things where, because I'd done that there, it locked me away from doing the Companions quest line, because if you finish the Companions quest line, it will undo your vampirism, and I was like, I don't want to undo any progress I made. So I was never able to do that. Where if I do another playthrough, I might have to skip the vampirism. I might have to go Dawnguard just to see.
I know, it's fine. I think I became a vampire and a werewolf on the same playthrough. It's like, what? Like, how am I even doing this?
What am I? So that was interesting. Like, and again, like I think like the Thieves Guild stuff was cool. I like that.
You just become so fucking OP. But
Just like I find like Thieves Guild's like such
you're
a
just
good
like
storyline.
it's funny. You're just like crouched, just right in front of someone like that, and they're like,
Where are you?
"Is someone here?" And you're like, your fucking stealth hour does like 500% fucking like damage.
So fucking good.
At some point, everyone just becomes a stealth archer, just because it's like the easiest way to get.
It's easy, right? But like at one point, like if I'm going to play it again, I might try and do more magic based.
Yeah, I tried doing like a mage once or twice, but like the actual like magic use is just not that good. It's not that good. It's fine. It's like it's more of like an accoutrement. To
Yeah,
being,
I know,
to being a
I
good
know.
fighter.
Yeah.
I think it would be hard to be just like just a mage.
I think if you spec into it hard enough, because you got no, the thing is, right, there's like 4 or 5 schools of magic, and you've got to really like work out, do I want to do conjuration or do I want to do destruction and stuff? And you've got to just kind of like it's one of those things where it's very hard to begin with, because it's got like
It just
quite a big
it leaves you like very, very vulnerable.
Yeah.
At the start of the game, you're just like so like you're walking about in a wee fucking cloak.
Yeah.
And, like one arrow, and you're like, oh fuck, all my health's gone.
It's one of those things where like I went over and I was like I saw my first giant. I was like, and take the giant out. Next thing you know, it fucking glitched. I think if I remember correctly, and the giant went up in there.
I've seen that.
Like, I'm used to seeing
I feel bad about it.
the enemy go in the air.
I felt the kinship with them. I was like, I don't want to beat them up for being tall. That's what people try to do to me.
So I get how you got that kinship then. Surrounded the love of my life. I installed that mod that allowed me to marry. Oh shit! Yeah, I forgot that there. So you get lots of Mario.
What was the Nord lady called? It was just like,
Oh, the first one. I was like, oh, you're with me. Oh no, you're in the house. Bye.
Lydia. I fucking loved her. I thought she was great.
I was like, Lydia, I hope you love living here, because this is where you live now.
I hope you enjoy looking at my watermelons that are on the floor, because that's what I use this house for, and you're now in this house.
Well, that's the thing as well. One of the DLCs let you like create like better houses, and so like at one point, I ended up doing the stream, fucking doing it on stream. I'm so sorry if I bored the life out of these.
Ironically, the people that think really hate it about Fallout 4, and it happens in Skyrim. You're like, what?
No, but like, you're doing fun in Skyrim. That's the difference.
True, yeah.
This is the thing. Like, I'm sorry if I bored the shit out of anyone. Like when I was doing this on stream, right? But I created my house, and it's like, I've got libraries. I'm gonna go around. And I'm gonna steal all of the books.
Sure, yeah.
Because I want to put all of the books on my shelves. So like in one of my houses, just like there's like fucking just this like several floors of these like just well-stocked library, like or Lusty Argonian Maid, fucking all sorts
volumes 1 to 9 or
1 to 3, I think it is. Fucking all the fucking conjuration spells that I have duplicates for.
Don't know
like any just weighty tomes that are super heavy. That's like I just need weighty tomes because I need this on my shelf.
Yeah.
And like I spent like so much of my time on stream just going like I'm just gonna make my house look pretty.
Sure.
And I feel so sorry if anyone was watching this. I was like, John, you're a boring cunt, because I was a boring cunt.
I just dumped it. I run into the house and just dumped all my cheese wheels and all my cabbage and then left. It's like I didn't give a fuck.
Lads, are you watching the wrestling tonight? I don't watch WWE because
what wrestling's on it?
it's called Day One.
Because it's the 1st of January.
Yeah, so they're doing a pay-per-view called Day One, and I'm like, I would rather choke on sand.
Eat paint.
Yeah,
What are WWE pay-per-views like these days?
kind of like the main shows.
Who are you seeing?
Brock Lesnar,
John Cena.
Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns, Big E, Randy Orton,
I'm becoming less interested with every name. Fucking Randy Orton, is he still fucking there?
Becky Lynch,
Fucking weird.
Bianca Belair.
Is it free or is it you have to pay
it's
for it?
pay-per-view.
Oh, it's pay-per-view.
I haven't watched WWE product in about 2 years now. I can't do it. I can't put myself through it. It's harrowing. If you're interested in watching wrestling, dude, just watch AEW or New Japan Pro Wrestling or Impact. I would say watch Ring of Honor, but they're on hiatus at the minute. I can't watch the Rumble. I still get annoyed watching it.
The Rumble's always good for a laugh though, because it's good. It's always good to laugh to see just how they can fuck it up.
Well, that's the problem I have. Right, I'm sitting there watching them, kind of like, oh yeah, so like you got this really like amazing new talent that like is really interesting and really like could make for like a real fun narrative. Oh, you threw him out of the ring and
Oh, he's the first one out. Oh,
you threw him out in the first 15 minutes. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Mania is fine, just for kind of like the spectacle is fine because essentially at that point you're not watching a wrestling show, you're watching like a presentation.
That's the thing, right? I don't want to be that guy. I just can't even watch Mania ever. It's 7 hours. I can't do that.
Hours, is it?
It is. When you do
but
it one night, it's 7 hours, and if they do it over 2 nights, it's 2 shows of 4 hours each, and I can't do it.
Is it if it's 7 hours? This is not like 5 hours of fucking like pre-show, and then like the actual show doesn't start until like the very end, near enough.
No, it's an hour's pre-show and then 6 hours of the main.
It can't be 6 hours.
Please, someone out there who is not me telling what I'm saying is true, because you know it's true. It is.
What could they
ever
do?
do that there, or they start doing, or they've started doing like 2 shows that are 4 or 3 hours a buck.
When does it start? Like out of the 6 hours, how much of it actually matters though?
6 hours.
That's insane. 6 hours of wrestling?
Yes.
Oh, that is fuck. It used to be what, like 2-3 hours max? It was just like a big show. That's too much. 7 hours too much.
You can't do. See, in AEW started doing like our pay-per-views 3.5 hours long. I was like, oh, I'm gonna fucking blow you. I'm gonna blow everyone in this fucking room. I'm going to make them all come. Oh my god. It's like oh, thank God I'm just get like 5-6 matches that have high stakes. Sure. Give me that.
That's wild. I can't fucking believe that. Like, is it even like 2 or 3 hours just to kind of like, you can skip this and you'll be fine, and like the interesting stuff happens at the end? Or do they try to be like, oh, we'll put an interesting one at the start, or like a big one in the middle somewhere?
Sometimes also because they have 2 title belts, like I will put one of the title belts at maybe the first match or the second match, and then we'll have like title belt, because they have so many title belts.
Sure.
They have so many matches to justify to have title belts for, and then you've got like they don't have the Undertaker matches anymore, but you have like the big exhibition matches, which are like once in a lifetime jobbies.
That happen once a year.
That happen once a year. Yeah. So it's just like one of those ones where I'm like, no, stop this.
That's nuts. Like the last one I watched was that the fucking pandemic one with the good Undertaker match, where it was just a movie. That was great.
So a kid, he said, if you and your mates didn't play WWE wrestling your man's back garden, I can't relate to you.
Oh, he's certainly done that.
You know what amount of beds I broke? Not from having sex and just been doing wrestling.
I was only doing wrestling, man. It's like, that's worse.
It's like worse. Yeah.
Fuck's sake.
Actually, like, it's like 1 second. I'm going to powerbomb you. Oh, I broke the slats on the bed again.
Yeah, that happened to us.
Yeah.
That's fine. We're riffing for the last hour.
Yeah, we just riffing.
The WWE NFT title. That'll be something that they'll do without understanding what an NFT is.
Oh my god, fucking. They already sell NFTs as well. They sell NFTs as well. I've
seen that Marvel were hawking Stan Lee NFTs. They were like, because like the thing is like someone at Marvel still has access to Stan Lee's Twitter account.
I saw that.
And it was like, so bad. Yeah, they were like, Excelsior, you can now get Stan Lee NFTs. Like this man, you're using a corpse's Twitter account to hawk your stupid shit. Could you stop?
That's fucking awful.
Could you fucking stop? Also, Betty White's dead.
Why did you have to bring that up?
Because we're talking about Stan Lee. He died.
Yeah, but now I'm going to be sad again.
I can think of like one thing that I saw her in.
I can't meet her and go, thank you for being a friend. Down the road and back again. Your heart is true. You're a pal and a confidant. You clearly don't get the reference. You should leave the room.
I literally don't know what you're talking about.
You should leave the room.
Is that like a Golden Girls intro or something?
It's like the Golden Girls theme.
The fuck are you watching the Golden Girls?
Not.
I don't know. Tara tries to keep getting me to watch it. I don't know. It just never much interested me. Like, she's good at Lake Placid. She's like, fuck you.
It's so good. You need to watch that show. It's so good.
Is it not just old lady Sex in the City?
It's better than that.
But so yes,
because it's not pretentious. It's so fucking good.
That's a genuine surprise that you watched the Golden Girls.
I fucking love that shit growing up.
What are you even watching the Golden Girls on?
It was back in the day. It was like my dad. It's like I'll stick on TV. Fucking Golden Girls on.
UK TV Gold or something like that.
Yeah, just sitting there like, wow, what is she up to?
Bravo or something.
To this time. Oh, Blanche.
Oh, Blanche. You big dirty bitch.
You like a big hurry, Blanche.
Oh, that's it's on Disney. I meant like what was he watching it on beforehand many a year ago?
Oh, I fucking love Golden Girls. So fucking good. So good.
Well, R.I.P. then. She nearly made it to 100. She was like a week off.
Yeah, but 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Yeah.
She's done well though. So well enough.
Oh goddamn! Oh man, such a good show. Such a good show. It's like it's one of those things where it's like you can just stick it on, and it's like it's not too taxing. It's comfortable. It's nice. It's kind of like being in a nice like a nice warm bath.
Sure.
With a glass of wine.
That's how I feel about Frasier.
Yeah.
Frasier's just mwah.
It's just one of those ones you can just put on. It's just a comfortable show. These four old ladies who are just living their best life, and it's so good. It's so good.
I've been near a TV while it was on, but that's about as much as I've.
So good. It's just one of those comfort shows, you know. Oh man, love it. Fucking love it.
I kind of feel like I think like you maybe needed to watch it like when you were younger to kind of have that slight like, I remember watching that when I was younger.
I mean, like when you're older, you're gonna have you're gonna get the jokes now though.
Cara like showed me a couple of episodes of like MASH, and I was like, I loved MASH. I don't want to watch this. This is just not good. And the people, there you go. People feel that way about MASH. MASH is like a very comfy show for some people, but it's just I never saw it when I was a kid. Never heard anything about it.
I watched MASH a lot as well as a kid, and I loved MASH.
By the time I watched it, I was like,
MASH was again another one, but like MASH was kind of like, I don't know. This is probably been said before. It was Scrubs before Scrubs existed.
Yeah.
It was just like that sort of like, hey, you know what? You have these characters who are like very like fun and silly, and these like things are outlandish. But then when shit got real, it got real. And there was that juxtaposition of like these people struggling through a very terrible situation and finding camaraderie through.
I'm pretty sure
a war. You know,
I think there was a wee bit of crossover between MASH and Scrubs. Actually, now I think about it, I think they may have got like a producer, like a writer or something on the.
Okay, that would make sense. That would make sense. So
I haven't seen Scrubs since like it kind of ended, and since I like stopped watching TV.
Yeah.
About when Scrubs finished. Even like Scrubs kind of ended with a bit of a whimper though. Like it had like one really bad season. One or two bad seasons at the end, and people were like, you probably could have just stopped it.
When Zach Braff left, right, he done that amazing like that amazing moment where he leaves and he walks out of the hospital and they project the stuff onto the building and stuff.
That should have been the end of it.
It should have been the end of it. It was like a perfect sort of like it was like just this wonderful homage to everything that made sense in that world and that universe and the people and the characters and the ups and the downs, and it was a beautiful conveyance of emotion. And then
the teaching college season or whatever it was.
They should have stopped. Yeah. They should have let that be a cathartic moment for the viewer base and just let it just learn to leave it to where it was and just let it play for what it was, and it just ruined it.
I think he's doing a show now where he like does a podcast or something. You're like, oof. It's like it's a podcast about being a dad or something. You're like, ooh, that's not a great thing for a show. I fucking hated Everybody Love Raymond because
I didn't like it ever.
Because his mum in the show was my mum. Everything that the mum done in that show, I was like, oh, my mum's done this to me. It's like I'd be watching it, my ma would just be like, John, you'd be getting yelled at, and she's doing the same thing on the show. I was like, I don't need to watch a TV show of this. I can just turn around. So I would rather not.
Oh god, no! Like my mom and dad watched that, and I just didn't like. I don't like Ray. What is his face acting? I just don't
Ray
know. Ray Romano. Yeah, I don't know. It didn't do it for me. I don't know. Like it wasn't. I don't know. It was the old. It's the old trope of like it's the lowest hanging fruit of comedy. It's like, oh, my wife hates my parents. She doesn't get along with the in-laws. Comedy.
Are you talking about King of Queens?
That's all those shows were. Yeah. That's all those shows were back in the day, and it was all just that low-hanging fruit of like,
it's like,
the family dynamic. Oh, they don't get along. But
what if you were married to someone that you didn't like?
Yeah.
TV show like
I don't like that comedy. It's just
my wife.
And it's just one of those ones. I'm just like, nah. I prefer a little bit more nuanced comedy. I guess.
I want to hear Frasier shout at Niles for using the wrong wine. What I want.
But like that was the thing with Frasier as well. Like I mean, like it's not innocent of some tropes, but at least with like Frasier, it's kind of like, I don't know. There was just something about it. Just it felt a little bit more fun and nuanced and silly and
like any show, it has like one or two dodgy seasons.
Yeah,
like a dodgy character here or there. But for the majority of it, I'm like, oh yeah, it's Frasier time. It's Frasier time. I love that Twitter account.
I love that Twitter account.
It's like Frasier looking at Silent Hill, like out the fucking window at the back. It's great.
Oh, it's so fucking good.
How I Met Your Mother. Never. I have not watched a second of that.
I watched it all.
I know people didn't like the ending.
The ending was a bit garbage
because
it had a good run up and then it stumbled at the end.
The ending just came out of nowhere. Was it one of those ones?
It was one of those ones where it's like, I'm going to tell you about How I Met Your Mother, and I'm going to explicitly go through this long form story for about 7 seasons to find out that, oh yeah, your mother was great and all, but I still love her, and I'm going to finally go get with her.
Right.
It's basically, imagine like the Ross and Rachel relationship from Friends for 7 seasons, and it's kind of like
no.
The ultimate sort of end result is that, they finally got together and stayed together potentially after they've had lives and after everything's been done.
Yay.
And so that was kind of like I was kind of hoping you'd like maybe introduce this character we haven't seen for 7 fucking seasons and maybe make them like a valid thing and talk about like, you know what, maybe make the narrative, you know what, it takes time to find someone that you truly connect with and that's someone that matches your amount of weirdness. But at the end, it's worth it.
Did they just wheel someone in at the last season?
They wheeled someone in the last season and killed them.
Sweet.
So it's like they wheeled them in, and then they're like, "Oh yeah," and she's dead now.
Wheel them out again.
Yeah, it's kind of like, "Oh, you're here for like 2 or 3, not even like a full season, maybe half a season," and like, "And now they're dead."
Oh, cool.
So he's going to get back with his other girl he's been pining over for the last 7 seasons.
That sounds fun.
Sorry, you lost your V cards just watching. Fair enough. Good shit. Fair play. But like, it's one of those things where it's like, I don't know. I think it was kind of like they got cold feet the last second and just couldn't commit to their narrative, and it just kind of annoyed me.
Fun,
you know. Character development. Oh, that's a thing where we just take that all away. Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, a lot of shows do that. Like, so
Buffy is a security blanket. Buffy's good shit. Buffy stands up to today. Any good sort of like supernatural TV show you watch, like post Buffy, is just based off Buffy's fucking like structure.
Speaking of, actually, I feel like I'm ready to rewatch Supernatural because it came on Amazon there.
Yeah.
It's on Prime. It came on Prime there a couple of weeks ago.
Good luck. It's like 17 seasons.
I know, but I stopped watching it at some point. I can't remember when I stopped watching it. I think it was like the 2nd or 3rd season where they were like beating the shit out of Satan or something. It's like, where do you go from here? Like, this is a wee bit stupid.
This is the problem I had, right? Yeah. So I watched it, and the 5th season they take on Satan for the first time.
Yeah,
and it's like, and then they keep going, and I'm kind of like, but you beat the ultimate bad.
Yeah, where do you like?
Where do you go from here? Oh, we're going to go after the first sin. You mean the person that created the first sin? You mean he was taken care of 2 seasons ago, big lad?
Yeah, because I remember watching the first season, and I was like, oh, there's like a vampire. Oh, there's a werewolf. That
was cool. That was fun.
And then, but it just kept going, and then you were like, right, you're actually talking to like proper like gods and like Satan and stuff now, and now there's big giant biblical monsters and stuff in it. Let me do you a favor.
Just go watch Buffy. You'll have a better time. Just go watch Buffy, right? Just sit down, watch Buffy, and have an ultimately better time.
Fair enough.
It's like, it's only 7 seasons.
Yeah.
Right? And it's cohesive.
I've seen the ending of it though, so
it doesn't matter.
It's already been ruined.
It doesn't matter. The end of the day, it's still got a lot of twists, a lot of turns.
I watched the Buffy movie.
That's a good movie.
That was pretty good.
It's a good movie, but just go watch the show. The first season's 10 episodes. So to do that one was like, oh, we don't know if we're going to get a second season, so we're going to do 10 episodes. Oh, we got renewed for 20, and then they have like 6 hour seasons of 20 episodes. And like even the filler episodes still have like enough like narrative where they introduce characters that end up staying on and being big deals, or like enough little like nuance to it where it's like this was a filler episode, but it didn't ultimately waste all of my time.
Sure. I mean, like I've seen bits and pieces of it. I know I haven't watched the whole thing. Like I would watch the odd episode when it was on TV, like late at night back in the fucking late 90s, early 2000s or whatever. But I mean, like I know what they all look like. I can draw people. It's fine.
I would say just go watch it and just enjoy it.
But I'm already slightly invested in Supernatural because I have watched like 7 seasons of it, but I just stopped at one point.
Okay, so there's going to get a point where you're going to stop again. It's like I
probably the same point where
you're going to get to that point, right? And I totally get it. You're going to get to that point, and you're going to watch it, and you're going to be like, I can't watch anymore. It's fucking dog shit.
It's like,
and then you're going to go into Disney Plus, and then you're going to stick on Buffy.
Because I remember like at the point when I stopped watching it, there's like, right, they've both died already, and they've both been brought back to life more than once each, and now there's like big interdimensional Cthulhu monsters and stuff. I was like, this is getting weird. I'll leave it for a season and then see what happens.
Yeah.
And then it just never went back to it. But like those first like 3 or 4 seasons are really good.
Yeah.
They're just like every episode's essentially just like a wee monster of the week thing.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, this is small enough that it's fine.
Don't be wrong. The first while of Supernatural's great.
Yeah.
Nothing against it. It's a good show for the first wee while. But then but then it starts beating itself up with its own narrative.
Yeah. I do remember is there one episode where they're playing themselves in the show?
Yes.
I remember that. I was being
Yes.
like, oh, you're grasping a wee bit here. This is bad. This is the meta stuff is never good. And then that kind of sounds like that just kept going for a while.
It kept like just playing with itself and not in a fun way. So like it's one of those ones where like Buffy kind of gets you hooked on characters, gets you emotionally invested,
fucks off,
and then knows when it's like, okay, maybe we need to end this series.
Joss Whedon has people to go and molest. He can't stick about.
Exactly. Josh Whedon's like, I'm sorry, I need to be a sex offender. I am going to go and do some other things right now, and so like the series ends at a reasonable point with a definitive end.
Yeah, I vaguely remember watching like, oh, Buffy's on. I'll watch that. And it was on TV at like 2 o'clock in the morning or whatever, and it was the last episode. I was like, what the fuck's going on? Just running away from like a big explosion or like a thing.
There's like cataclysmic
it's like
event.
things being sucked into the floor. And I was like, I feel like I feel like I've missed something.
You missed a lot, yeah. But it's one of those things where like, yes, I agree. Fuck Josh Whedon. Fuck Rowling.
Sure.
But yes, I mean like, I'm not going to tell you not go watch Supernatural. If you want to watch it, fucking by all means enjoy it because it is a good show for a while.
Let's see what happens.
But it's on like Buffy's on Disney Plus. You don't have to buy it or anything. You can go watch it. You can all have fun.
Well, they're both free at the minute. That's where my that's where my conundrum comes from.
But don't fuck them. But fuck them. But don't butt fuck them. But fuck them.
So we're not butt fucking either of them.
We want to say fuck them, but don't give them pleasure.
No.
Kick it in the balls instead, yeah. But yeah, like I mean, Buffy's good, and then if you're kind of like, I want to kind of keep watching a show like this here, but it has a more of like a detective style, like kind of like detective of the week narrative. There's Angel.
There's probably like, hey, that was another one that just kind of popped up the odd time on TV.
Yeah.
Like, oh, there's Angle.
There's Angle, yeah. He's got his intro song to his show is actually really good. It's got this like cello number that's really
I
fucking
vaguely remember it. I would if I heard it, I would be like, oh yeah.
Yeah, like I watched I watched a few episodes and I was like, it's okay. It's no Buffy, and then I am on a second watch for Buffy. And I'm just kind of like, this is good shit.
Actually, you know what? The last episode of Buffy I watched was the musical episode.
That's a good episode.
I wanted to kill myself.
But you don't like musicals, but that's like well done as a musicals goes. But like, yeah, like I get if you don't like musicals, that's going to kill you. I totally get that.
I was essentially forced to watch it.
Why?
Because I was in like a
no one should force you to watch it.
We were in comic book guys were doing like a Buffy night in Cuckoo, and they were like they
put on this time of food.
They put on 2 episodes, and one of them was that musical episode, and I was essentially there like manning the stall. I was signing prints and stuff and doing shit while it was on. But you know, like 15 feet away from me, there was like 60, 70 people belting out every word to every song. So it's not like I couldn't listen.
Yeah,
like, trying to talk to people, and they're like, what? Like trying to ignore all these people. Like,
yeah, that makes sense. Like if you're not into musicals, that's an environment you're not going to be fond of.
Yeah,
totally get it. They only do that one episode, and so like out of like 6 or 7 seasons, I keep saying 7 seasons. I feel like I may be misnumbering the seasons. However, out of a substantial amount of seasons,
there's only
one episode where it's only one musical happens, and like all of the show is so good. Like the show is just like it's one of those ones where you can just tell like any sort of modern day sort of like sci-fi, not sci-fi, but like supernatural style show has definitely took its tropes from Buffy in some way or form. Don't get me wrong, you're gonna go in there, you're gonna be like, that's some old ass fucking CG, Jesus fucking Christ. But that to me is the charm. No way you watch Mortal Kombat movie, you're kind of like, that CG is shit, and I love it.
That's what I'm here for.
Yeah, that's the same way I'm with Buffy. I kind of look at Buffy and it's like, that CG is shit, and I love it.
The old CG doesn't bother me as long as it's in the context of like, I'm aware that this was like 15 years ago.
That's the only warning I give people with that show. It's like, you're going to say, if they're watching first time, it's like, you're going to see some CG that's not aged well, and that's why I love it. But yeah, like I get it. Like I totally get it. Watch some Supernatural, but like if the time comes, you kind of have that still that if you have that similar like itch that needs scratched. Disney Plus has got your Buffy. You'll have a good time with that there. Yeah, I can guarantee it. Guarantee.
You
know, you can see the very, very weird juxtaposition of a 200+ year old vampire hitting on a 16-year-old. It's very, very creepy.
That's Joss Whedon, all right.
That's Joss Whedon. That guy's like, know what I need? A big dirty pedo cat, a big dirty pedo pro tag. Oh yeah.
That show doesn't have any pedos in it.
Don't get me wrong, I love the show, but sometimes when you look back at it, you're kind of looking at it with like the modern eye. You're looking at it with the modern eye. You're like, oh no. But it's okay. We're going to overlook that part. Okay? Because the rest of the show's great.
I remember Being Human, like being a Human has been like remade so many times that it's scary. It was like initially one BBC one-off thing that was like an hour long. Then it was remade into like a BBC short series that had like 1 or 2 series, and then it was remade again by the BBC, and then it was remade into an American version. Like when people say Being Human is good, I'm never sure which version of it they're talking about. But it was a pretty good setup, like, but it had a very limited number of like stories you could get out of it.
So I need to have a fight with Shades. Apparently, I'm just looking here.
Why is that?
Just saying.
The Aidan Turner version. So the one where it's like, that's the short form BBC series where it's them three and the wee flat. It's the ghost, the vampire, and the werewolf. And it's your guy with the ears is the werewolf.
I mean, if Shades wants to throw down, I'll throw down. Shades said the first about to throw down. Constantly throwing down.
Okay.
No, I'm just joking. You enjoy what you enjoy.
The vampire dude from Being Human, I think, is Aidan Turner.
No! Daddy, yes!
Oh my god, the vampires. They're coming to destroy our anuses.
Some of the vampires in Buffy would do that.
They would just try to suck out your anus.
I'd let him.
All right, Shades is on, possibly on Cad's phone. So you have to have a fight with Cad and I.
It's okay. I will just kiss Cal in the mouth, set him to the side, and then.
Please give me cock.
The fuck?
I do change the sounds every so often.
That was new.
Yeah.
I don't mind if it do. Well, hopefully y'all had a good New Year's.
Yeah, hopefully everything. I hope everyone enjoyed our New Year's celebrations. Obviously,
hopefully our awards didn't annoy you.
Yeah,
I know it didn't annoy Ocean.
Again, our featured content creator of 2021.
He's a big boy. You keep my coke out of this, son.
It's one of those ones.
It's a family show.
It's a family show.
Family show.
Family show in the sense that you're not part of my family. I don't want to talk to you.
Yeah, that's it.
So it's one of those things, guys. I hope you enjoyed our awards. We're back to normal next week, and that means next week we'll have your normal format. We'll have our trailer trash if there's trailers to be had. We'll have our feature creeps. We will have our memory cards. We will have our skippable cutscenes. We'll have it.
We'll do 10 fish games.
It's okay. It's okay, Kyle.
We'll do kippable cutscene.
We'll have just fucking
loads of kippers.
Exclusively fish-based games.
That's not a bad idea, actually. Oh yeah, because we give Ocean the content creator, so we could do fish-based.
I'm letting you work on that one. Fuck that.
It'll just be 10 versions of Sega Bass.
Sorry, but if you're going to make that the theme, that's on you. I'm not working on that one.
I think I've got some ideas.
I'm not fucking putting myself through hell to make that.
I do remember reel fishing.
Yeah.
We can have seaman in there.
Of course.
Or we can have seaman as well after we're done with, the coming.
Oh yeah. I get that. Yeah. It's all respect, Kyle. I know you know what the crack is. But yeah, I guess that was our Game of the Year awards. I hope everyone enjoyed today's show. I mean, a bit of a looser format. I know
we're on the wrong day, but
wrong day as well. But we appreciate you for coming by, stopping by, doing everything into a pie. What?
It was nice. I like that.
Yeah,
it was a nice rhyme.
It's nice to write it off like that pie. Ooh. But we're going. It's coming up to the end times, guys. Not the end of the world or anything, but like it's the end of the show.
The end times is just when we're done.
Yeah, I'm gonna down the last of my summer wine.
Your wine. There'll be no cream pies on this show. Thank you, Dean.
Yes, thank you very much, Dean. You're absolute sweetheart for being complimentary and lovely, and for the little biddies for the sound order. But yes, I guess we're gonna have to love yous and leave yous now for the first. Well, I'll be back tomorrow. I'll be masquerading tomorrow.
Ooh.
And oh god.
Fuck these.
It is him to fuck these. Bees. Oh, fucking terrified Brick. The sequel to the Bee movie. Tip the fuck bees.
Again, I do change out the sounds regularly, guys. If you ever look at the soundboard, you'll just see sometimes I change out the sounds.
Oh, there you go.
That's my way of giving you.
Stick your finger in my ass.
I'd rather fuck the bees.
So it's one of those ones where obviously like I change them out every so often. It's your opportunity to catch myself and Bacon off guard, not even just a mystery sound or anything. But again, I want to thank everyone for coming in and supporting Player vs. Player over 2021. It was predominantly the big year in which we've actually existed, considering we started the show quite late in 2020.
Right at the arse end of 2020.
So the fact that we managed to like make strides and the growth in the community and just all
I can't believe you are all still here.
Yeah. Still watching us after a year and a bit, and hopefully for many more to come. It's one of those ones, obviously, we want to thank everyone and their support. I'll be back tomorrow with... I'll be masquerading
in blood.
Jesus Christ! That chat's gonna be wild. I don't even have to fucking be in the chat right now, and I just know it's gonna be fucking wild tomorrow. But you know, yeah, we'll be going through that there, guys. Anyway, I'll probably be a bit later, probably at 7 o'clock. Might start my time, maybe 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock in the evening. Because I've been doing later streams on the weekends now instead of earlier ones. So if you are wondering where the hell's the only streams at the weekend, they're actually later now.
We have lives.
We've it's one thing not there, but I just understand that some of our friends just are busy during the day, and so it's better to stream at night.
Time zones and stuff.
Time zones and stuff are just people in availability just during the day, because you're a busy human being doing busy things, being a busy person during the actual day when you're meant to exist. So yeah, so that's going to be the crack now, guys. But anyway, we're gonna fucking love yous and leave yous, and we're gonna
boogie on. We're gonna boogie Wonderland.
We're gonna boogie to Wonderland. Yeah, I guess. Yeah. I mean, where should they go? I don't know.
Go fuck yourself.
That's one place they could definitely go.
Is that not what you wanted me to hit?
I kind of did, yeah. You got the right one. But anyway, guys, we hope you just have a lovely 2022.
Yeah, happy 2022, everybody. Have a good year. And we'll see you next week.
Yeah, see you next week, dudes.
Yes!
It's still on. You know it is.
It's still on. Oh, we're gonna get so sued.
We are so getting sued. We are winning. Stay around for the raid, guys.
We're just gonna listen to this while we do it.
We're gonna listen to the raid. Let's just drop a hot raid on here. He's already saying us. Good luck, everyone.
Good luck in your rating.
Did it raid? Did it work?
I have no idea.
It better have raided.
There you go.
I've never seen people coming in for this raid. Come on, you better get involved. It's back in. It's back in.
We're going away to raid.
We're going away to raid.
Go! Let's go! Bye, everyone.
Have a blast.